Edited. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Tell the truth and shame the devil. All right, people, let's roll. All right. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. Sharice, I see you. 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 Live, uncut, unedited. Live, uncut, unedited. I see you. I see you. I see you. We're a little early tonight. Well, just about on time, actually. We've been late night. Miss Virginia Beasley, what's going on? I see you. All the way, Anna Reed, Anna Red. All right, all the way. Is that what's from Pennsylvania? Was that from, let me see. Hold on, let's see where you already from Pennsylvania. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, Williams, Dixie, good evening. Good evening. Good evening. This is live, uncut, unedited. Summer Ann, what's going on? What's going on? Antoine, Antonio, is that Antonio? Anthony. I think I got it right. Stevens, what's going on, bro? All right, Pat Johnson. All right, Lene Smith. All right, Doretha Glass. All right, Maglisha. All right, K.L. Adams Sr. What's up? What's up? All the way from Chi-Town. Chanel Shay Stevens. I don't think volunteer to deal with these kids would help. And that's you. Stay at home. Stay at home. You don't think that? It's okay. Stay at home. Don't discourage nobody else from doing it now. Yeah. We try. Sheila, what's going on, Sheila? We try to make our place a better place for our children. That's what we're trying to do. Like some people said, some of y'all parents, y'all are the problem. Both males and females. Willie Lee Lump Lump. You are the problem. I tell you, we call us, call in. Call in number 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. All right. All right, hold on. I see you, caller. I see you, caller. I see you. And Mr. Lewis Ramsey. Hey, Mr. Martin, last night talk show was very good and interesting. Yes, it was. D, what's going on? All the way from Texas. All right, calling in today. I got something to say. Man, you're welcome to call in any day. Call in now. I got one person ahead of you. If they know better, they would do better. Okay. Maglisha. All right. All right. Oh, man. Y'all scared? Stay at home. Stay at home. Hey, caller, where you calling from? Hey, caller, where you calling from?
I'm calling from the south suburbs.
Okay.
Hi, Martin. I'm calling from the south suburbs.
How you doing? Now, I'm gonna tell you how we doing there. We not people not standing on the panel. We taking all calls, and because we're going to be talking about two subjects. So you allowed to call in again because I'm gonna do this first half on about the youth and the press conference tomorrow. Then I got another half of where a student and a teacher was fighting. I'm gonna talk about that too. But go ahead, my dear sister. Let's hear you out. What you got to say? You the first one, live, uncut, unedited.
I think it's a great idea. I see you're scrolling here saying that you're looking for volunteers for the youth downtown Chicago. Yeah, because they do need some kind of structured activity. Perhaps it could be different things going on. I do know that through the Museums for All program, I don't know if people heard about that, but every museum within the city of Chicago, you could get in for a discounted rate or free if you have an EBT card or if you have a WIC card. And so those students, if they can have access to that card just to get into these museums, that'll be a great start and something that they can do. And they have plenty of activities in these museums that are downtown, the Shred
Mm-hmm.
Aquarium, the Art Institute, where they can cultivate their minds in a positive way, and if we can get Mariano's on board where the children can go, and get a lunch. I know there's a
Okay.
lot of things facilitated where people can get hot food with their
Right.
EBT cards from certain restaurants in the city. They need to implement that immediately for these children so they can have some place to eat and somewhere to go and do activities while they're downtown because the loop belongs
Okay.
to everyone. And that's
Okay.
all.
Hold on. Let me explain something to you. First of all, let me explain what's going on, people, so you guys would know what's going on. I know a lot of you probably have not been following me on this point. Now, I'm going to just tell you what's going on. I don't see anything wrong with young teenagers going downtown. I don't see nothing wrong with that. That's their right. But what I'm not agreeing with, you busting out people windows and setting cars on fire, throwing garbage cans in. That's not cool. But I know you guys as teenagers, I'm talking to teenagers, you call it fun and you can get you some social media likes. And, I understand that from your point of view. But from a grown person, adult, taxpaying citizen, that's not cool. So we're looking for volunteers to help us with the youth. We're working with CPD as well. So it's a partnership that we're going to help CPD. And this is what we don't want to happen. We don't want for CPD to shoot one of our little bitty ones, because if that's going to send everything up. And we don't want the little ones, the teenagers, to shoot at the police or shoot them, kill them. Either way, we don't want that. What the goal is to have a relationship first, not resources first, a relationship with the young folks. Those are who we can talk to. That's what we want to talk to. Okay? I hear so many people, we can't do nothing without no money. Now, so with that type of attitude, if you don't get no money, that means you're going to stay at home and not do nothing? Ask yourself, what can we do right now without no money? All right? What can we do without no money right now? How can we make a difference without no money? Every young lady and every young man out there that's on the lakefront and downtown having fun, whatever they call it, listen, they have a name. It ain't like they just popped out the sky. They have a name. Now, if you want your son and your daughters, your niece or your nephew or your grandchildren to be able to go downtown, enjoy all the summer festivals, the restaurants, the lakefront, and all those wonderful things, come join me. And we're going to try to make it safer. Downtown is like a neutral place where you have the west side, the north side, the south side, east side, they all come together. But there are some, they're not there for fun. They're there for trouble, fighting and shooting. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of you parents have dropped the ball on your sons and daughters. Now, I'm going to include myself in that. A lot of us parents have dropped the ball. Well, you saying, well, what are you saying, Martin? My son is not out there shooting nobody. You don't know what your son is out there doing. You at work for 8, 10, 12 hours a day, an hour to get there, an hour to get back, 10, 12 hours. You don't know what your son into. I don't want to believe that my son or my daughter's out there doing nothing wrong. But if I'm not in their presence, I don't know what they're doing. Well, you said, well, Martin, I taught them right. How many of us was taught right and we still did wrong? A lot of us at our age, middle-aged people or older people, we know right from wrong, but we still did it wrong. So my point is, we have some solutions, and I need some parents. I need some friends. I need some business people. I need some organizations. Come and stand with us. And we are going to talk to the general public through the media and let them know that these are our children. And for those of you activists, think that you can call our Black children animals, savages, and beasts, whatever you think you call, that's not cool. That's not cool. So when you call those that's out there doing that, you calling your own sons and daughters, especially if they're Black, you giving permission for the police to do something to them. Now, once the police shoot and gun one of them young boys down or young ladies down, you're going to be crying and screaming. They didn't have to do my baby like that. But you was the same one, calling them animals, calling them savages, excuse me, y'all, call them savages and everything. So let us be careful what we call our teenagers. Okay? Now, we know their behavior is not on point. Now, if you want to, I can go right back to my video. I got a video. It wasn't my video. Back in 2019, at the Lollapalooza, I seen a lot of young white folks acting up. But you don't hear nothing about that. Matter of fact, let me pull that up. Let me pull that up real quick. Hold on, sister. I know you're online. Just hold on, sister. Just hold on. Bear with me. I want to pull this up. I want to pull some things up. Because, see, we're not playing with these folks. All right, let's see. All right, let me pull this up. Because, see, people think I'm playing games with them. And I ain't about no, y'all know I keep it 100. Y'all know I keep it 100. All right, let's see. All right, here we go, right here. All right, look at this video screen. This was August 29, 19, Lollapalooza. What do you see? Tell me, what do you see in this video? Yeah, these are young people. And I don't see none that look like me. See? They're not playing. What are they doing? What are they calling this right here, this baby? Not justifying that cars on fire, busting windows, and going to Target and Walgreens and what is this? Yeah. But what is this? This is still in place. This is still in place. And those, anybody know that those things are going to go $500? That's killing. But I just want y'all to see this. You know, not justifying that Black people
in your video, I see a man that goes through he has that honest in the sense of very close, right here. The police that is not them.
And it was all on me. And they free and everything. White people do. They justify their wrongdoing and make it right. I just want to show y'all this.
They say they can't hear you when it's fast. Martin, they said they can't hear you when it's fast.
Okay. That's right. You got it on mute. I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry. Well, I'm going to end it. All right. I'm back now. I'm back, y'all. I'm sorry. But I just want you guys to see it. All right, I just want you guys to see that. That's all. Y'all can hear me now. But that's what I want to see. Now, listen, I'm not justifying wrongdoing downtown, not at all. I'm not advocating for bad behavior. But I just want to let you know, not one of you ever heard white people call their people savages, monsters, and animals. And anybody know anything about Lollapalooza, those tickets aren't cheap. Am I right? They're not cheap. They're very expensive. That's
And
like,
most of those people are adults too in the video.
okay.
They're not kids.
I don't know who they are, but I know you got teenagers that go to Lollapalooza. You don't know. I don't know how old they are. I see a bunch of people running, doing something they're not supposed to be doing. This is live, uncut, unedited. All right, come on, sister. Then I got another call after you. Now I'm gonna let you go. Come on, sister. Say what you have to say. Come on.
And so they're talking about, and everybody's asking for Biden to send the National Guard to deal with this issue. It is a lot going on because downtown, again, does belong to everyone, including the people who live there, including the people who work there. So when you're talking about shutting down the CTA at certain stops, and people may have to get off of there for work, those are things that shouldn't even have to be considered because of youth. You know what I mean? So it has to be something done, because if it's not done right now, then what they're going to be facing are National Guards, because they have the police downtown, they have the sheriff's office downtown. So what's going to be the next level for that? So nobody's going to constantly be kissing, their asses to be right, as far as busting windows and all of this stuff like that. So that's not going to continue to happen. So they need to realize what is the next escalation. The next escalation is going to be terrible for everyone, because we're all the same color and we all will be discriminated against, and we all will be walking a fine line under the National Guard to go wherever we need to go. And that's just not what I'm trying to do right now. I like my full freedom under the law, and they will not be answering questions when they shoot down your children. Period.
Well,
it's not like the police.
I don't know where you got. I don't know where you got. Hold on, sister. Sister, I don't know where you got that information talking about the National Guards. National Guards is not coming here. They could have did that 2 years ago, last year, if they wanted to. They're not allowing the National Guards.
I've been getting that I've been getting that information from statements that have been made from the White House by Joe Biden, and people questioning him about what he's going to do about the violence in Chicago. And he spoke specifically about what happened last night, stating that, how it was a shame and totally unacceptable. So we have to look at news, not just locally, but throughout the country, and find out these statements that are coming down from the White House.
Did he say, hold on,
that these
did he say, did Joe Biden say out of his mouth that he's going to send the National Guards in the city of Chicago? Did he say that?
He did not say that.
Okay, I'll rest my point.
He was questioned, is that what he's going to do?
Okay, I rest my point. All right, well, thank you for...
Just like we see did we not see the National Guard here when the looting was going on during COVID? Were they not here in tanks on these streets?
Oh, they were? Did they arrest anybody?
I don't know if they made arrests, but I know I definitely still got videos and pictures of them sitting on tanks right here in the village of Dalton, in front of Foot Locker, in front of the grocery store, and all of that.
Did you see?
So it's not like it's some far-fetched idea that hasn't happened. It's already taken place.
Well, I don't know. Okay, well, thank you for calling.
Does no one not remember the National Guard being here during COVID?
Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. All right, next caller. Next caller. All right, 9097.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? Live, uncut, unedited.
Yeah. Hi, Marcus. A lot of people are not considering as far as the first priority. I think their first priority should be find out who the hell is sending these texts to these kids, because all of this is just too organized and timely. Hundreds of kids converge downtown at the same time. Teenagers don't know, or they're not mature enough to understand that they're, or deserve if they're being set up.
Okay.
So I think as far as maybe law enforcement or the city, they should be very proactive to find out who is sending this text because it's organized. This happened last year, especially around 31st Street Beach.
Well, can I say something to you? It's not illegal for them to organize something like this and come downtown. That's not illegal. Now, what is illegal when they busting out windows and taking people's cars and stealing, that's illegal. That's illegal. I understand what you're saying. You know, I understand.
Yeah, because usually if there's a large gathering, there's a permit. If you want to protest, I'm sure we have to alert the authorities that we do it this and such a time. But this here,
no,
it's unorthodox.
Let me just say this,
right.
Ma'am. Let me just say this. If 1,000 teenagers want to come downtown, they can come downtown. You know, they can come downtown. It's not a protest. They are teenagers. They can come downtown. Some of their parents are paying taxes. Downtown is not off limits to teenagers. That's all I'm saying. What I'm mad about is burning up cars, busting out windows, harassing people. That's what I'm upset about. And trust me, every young person downtown was not robbing people, busting out windows. It was a few showing out. You know, what do we expect as adults that teenagers that don't have no responsibility, no bills to pay, living with their mama, some of them probably homeless, not supervised? What do you think is going to happen? They're not going to act like adults. They're not going to do it. That's why I'm asking parents, those who are willing, let's come down, let's go downtown or the lakefront, and we working with the police at the same time and have a relationship with our young people and talk to our young people. Some of these young people down there
I agree with you, Martin.
That's all. I'm just saying, listen, what's going to happen? So this is what's going to happen. If we don't get a hold of our young people, these are people that look like you and I, black people. If we don't get a hold of them, they're gonna get hit with felonies. And I really believe, and I hate to put it in the atmosphere, I'm praying that one of them cops shoot one of them. And the whole city gonna go up. The first thing they're gonna say, he didn't have to do it. But mama, where was you at? You didn't know where your son was, your daughter. Now he or she shot. I don't want to go that route. I don't feel like turning up against
Martin, I agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you. I hate the demonizing of our children.
Right.
Yes, they have every right to enjoy themselves and go downtown. And as far as the parents is concerned, and the plan to have elders come and more or less chaperone and supervise, yes, that could work.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I'm saying
also, there's another component.
Right. What I'm saying, and listen, ma'am, I'm saying
I
agree with you. I don't think I'm saying is let's get a relationship with these young folks. Let's see why they out here doing what they doing. Can we do that? I mean, as a parent, you know how to approach young folks. I know how to approach young. I'm not going to come to them aggressive or mean mug them like I'm going to bust them upside. I'm not there for that. I'm there to see what can we use. Listen, caller, you got to turn your phone down or I'm going to have to mute you. Caller, turn your phone down, 1910.
My phone is down.
No, not you, 1910. I'm about to mute him. Yeah, because it's killing me. It's killing me. So what I'm saying is, ma'am, if we gain a relationship with some of those young people, talking about as adults, as parents, community activists, we can find out where they're going to be at again. And you know what? They might just, hey, we ain't going to act no fool. We're going to come down here and have a little fun. But I promise y'all, we ain't going to tab nothing like that. Now, so I don't want the police to hurt one of our young people. And I don't want the young people to be shooting at the police or fighting the police. I don't want that. We don't need that.
Right.
We don't need that. You know, I want to be able if I want to enjoy downtown.
But I still say also add to that to find out who is behind it.
Yeah, well, listen.
What's the purpose of gathering all these kids at one time?
That's why we can get a relationship with them. That's what I'm talking about. If they see us 2 or 3 times, I remember him from last time. Then they get to seeing us and they know that we care. You know what? We know what they might give us inside information. They might do that. They might do that. Okay. We might find out.
All right.
But let me help you something, Mom. But I want to help you out, and I'm finna tell everybody. We have, you know what an Amber Alert is, right, ma'am? You know what Amber Alert? It comes over your phone and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what we have done, when I say we, my radio personality, Early Walker, he have developed a text where you can call a number and you can be in a database. And when things like this happen, we can shoot out, we can let you know what's going on. So if you're at work and you think your sons or daughters at home or over Tony house or Marissa house, and I send you a text message saying that, hey, the children are acting rowdy downtown Chicago on 31st. Then right now, you know right then and there to call your son or your daughter. So we're going to do that, but you have to call in.
That's a good idea.
That's what we're going to do. That's what the press conference is about tomorrow. That's what the press conference is about tomorrow. That's a start.
Okay.
That's not going to be the complete solution now.
But repeat it, because I missed the announcement of the press conference. I hope you repeat it.
Okay, it's on my page. But tomorrow we're going to be at Sweet Holy Spirit Church tomorrow. Meet me there at 12 o'clock. We're going to start the press conference a little later than that, but I want you to be there at 12 so we can all stand in one accord. And the media's going to be there, and they're going to ask us questions. And this is what we're going to do. This is a start, people. Anything about anything, the hardest thing about anything I did is getting started. And that's what we want to do. Early Walker,
that's a good idea.
He put up the money.
To hear that.
Now, Early Walker, he's a philanthropist. He put up his own money to do that. These calls cost like 3 cents a minute, okay? You know, I'm just letting you know, 3 cents a call, I might say that. So he put his money where his mouth at. He's not going to be on the front line, volunteer, but he put his money where his mouth at. He started it. He said, Martin, I'm going to help you out. Help us out. You know? So I don't want to be afraid to go downtown. You know? I want to enjoy it downtown. So that's what it's going to be about. So I give you a little people press conference. But thank you, ma'am. I got to go to the next caller. I got a lot of calls. Thank you for calling. Okay.
All right. You have a good one, brother.
You too. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right. 1910. Turn your Facebook down. You're next. 1910. Last 4 digits of your phone number. 1910.
Okay.
All right. Turn your Facebook down so we won't have no echo. All right. Now, where you calling from?
Okay. Do you hear echo?
No, I have none. Where you calling from, ma'am? Huh?
I'm calling from Naperville, Illinois.
All right.
Calling from Naperville, Illinois.
All right. Well, talk to us. What you got to say?
Born and raised in Chicago.
All right. Come on with it.
Okay. Well, born and raised in Chicago on the south side, far south side of Chicago, 130th. Raised 2 sons, 2 grandsons.
Okay.
Out there.
Wonderful.
I can tell you that the problem begins at home.
Yes, I agree with you 100%.
We cannot continue to blame the politicians and the police and the teachers for the problems that we have with our children. We have to buckle down on our kids and get to know our kids, have a relationship with our kids and watch our kids and know what our kids are doing.
Speak, mama.
And just don't take it, well, I am going here, Mom. You got to know that the kid is really there. You got to take them there, drop them off there, pick them up there, know exactly what they're doing. Search their book bag, search under their bed, and most of all, search in your room, because that's the last place you're going to be looking for something that's in your room. Kids are slick. They hide things in your room. You got to actually take accountability for the actions that these kids are doing out here. I got a grandson right now. He's not being raised in my household. He has his, mother, but I'm watching him be raised with older brothers who are all in gangs, carrying guns, and this is what he has to look at every day. And although he's an A student, does really, really well, speaks really, really well, how long is that going to last if he keep on looking at his older brothers carrying guns and, dealing drugs and wearing dreads and sagging their pants. You know, how long is my grandson gonna be doing really, really well if that's all he got to look at? You know, if everybody in his family is dying, you know, if that's all he sees is death, you know, what other choices does he have? We have to take accountability and responsibility for what our kids are doing. And what we have done is began to be afraid of these kids. I remember when they started saying, you can't say nothing to these kids. These kids will shoot you. Well, they doing it now because y'all been saying it for so long. But back 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, you could go up to any one of these young brothers and say something to them. I know I could. I was never afraid of them. I'd go right up to them and, you know, talk to them, you know, and offer them some kind of solution and really get down into the mind of the brother. What's going on with you, brother? What's hurting you? You know, what's really bothering you? Is it something that I can do that can help you? You know, offer them some kind of solution instead of just putting them down and tearing them down and women just stop dogging out men all the doggone time. You know, it's just a shame how we're not accepting responsibility for what is going on in these streets. It is our problem. It is our fault.
Thank you.
This
Thank
is
you.
Bottom line, you cannot keep on blaming other people for what our kids are doing. It's our fault. What are we doing? What are we doing?
And you know what?
There used to be a time where the churches would march in the street. The churches won't even go out in the street no more. Ain't no marching. You know, everybody's afraid. Afraid of what? Come on now.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I got some people on here right now. Oh, I'm not going downtown.
Just like these kids.
Yeah. Hold on, ma'am. Let me just say something.
Our hands and feet move just like these kids.
Ma'am, hold on. Hold it. You got some people right now on this live right now. They knocking other people because people want to volunteer to go downtown and other places and talk to the young people. Now, when one of these same young people shoot down your grandson or your son, you're going to wish that we had to talk to him or her. It can happen. If we can convince.
It can happen.
It can happen. I'm just telling you, it can happen. So don't knock nobody because you don't feel comfortable doing it. And we're not forcing you. The word volunteer that don't mean force. That's all we asking for, volunteers. That's it. To help.
You know what it is, Martin?
Yes.
You know what it is, Martin? We believe so much of what's in the media. I can give you an example of something that happened to my son, my youngest son, who got the Barack Obama scholarship, went to high school, went to college. He did his first year in college. He was driving down the street in Lincoln Park, doing Ubering, got pulled over by 2 white officers. They pulled out these M16 rifles on him, took him to jail, locked him up, accused him of a heinous crime while he was on his job. My son spent a lot of time, maybe about 3 or 4 months before I could come up with $6,000 to bond him out. Well, make a long story short, after $15,000, found out that all of these, what they accused him of was heinous. But the very people that knew him, that praised him, that knew what type of child he was, when a white man reported this on him, they looked like, oh my God, I can't believe he did that. You got that, excuse the expression. Why would you believe he did it? When you've been knowing this child all your life and you see the path that the child was on, but just because somebody reported this on him, now you just, oh, I can't believe he did that. He didn't do it. And it was proven later that he didn't do it. But he had to go through some stuff to, prove that. Later on, he got pulled over again by a police officer, a black police officer lady. They pulled guns on him. This time, he had his camera recording. Well, the police officer ended up grabbing his phone and broke his phone, and she thought it was over. But he saved the video in the iCloud. So when he went to court and the police told all of these lies on him, he had an attorney with the recording, found out that she had lied. Had lied, and this is a black police officer, female police officer, trying to take down a black man. Why? Good thing that he had recording to prove that she had lied about even why you pulled him over. Wasn't doing anything, sitting there waiting on his client to come out.
Ma'am, I'm gonna leave
But
it
the
right
whole
there.
bottom line is
Go ahead, say that. I'm gonna let you because I gotta go to the
take
next call.
responsibility for what I feel
Right.
we're doing.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna go to the
just
next
take
call.
responsibility.
Okay, thank you.
And go down with that marking. Go down. Go down with Martin. What day is it? I'll take off.
Okay, we don't have a day. What we're doing now, we're organizing right now. Tomorrow we have a press conference at Sweet Holy Spirit. I believe that's on. Let me give you exact address. I got the flyer up there. Okay.
I know exactly what Sweet Holy Spirit
okay, that's on
is. My
South
mother
Chicago.
was a pastor there.
Right. That's on South Chicago. So I got it. It's on my Facebook page. Actually, I have the number that you can call and text too. I'm going to put it up there. It's called Chicago Kids to 21,000. So I'm going to put it up there. So I'm going to put the number up there. So thank you so much, ma'am.
I'm passionate about it.
Okay. Because see, it's going to be a database. So even if you can't volunteer or come and help, and you got grandsons and grandchildren, and once you get this text alert, that right there will let you know, hey, well, let me call and see where my grandson at right now. See where we at. Boy, get your butt home right now. You ain't at that park, are you? You're not at that lake,
and
are
one
you?
more thing, Martin. Let me say one more thing,
ma'am,
Martin.
I got to go. I got so many callers,
thing,
ma'am.
Martin, before we hang up.
Ma'am.
Stop being afraid of your kids.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. I got to go. Thank you. All right. Next caller, 2742. Hey, caller, you're live, uncut, unedited.
Okay, Martin, you know I'm gonna be honest with you.
You got to be honest. Listen, this is what tell the truth. And what? And shame the devil. You got to be, baby. I don't know everything. Go ahead. Be honest.
So I got a chance to look at a lot of those videos from Lakeshore Drive, all when they was downtown, right? And I watched a bunch of kids, a bunch of boys and girls, and I was watching how they were dressed. They were dressed nice. They had phones. They had nice shoes. And I watched. I said, you know what? These kids need their ass kicked. That's what they need. I say because the little girls were shaking their butt, even if they was going to have fun. When the police approached one of the boys, and this is a grown man, this is a kid. This kid talked stuff and went against this man. Let's take the point that he's a policeman, but he's a grown man for a kid to challenge him. These kids doing what they want to do. A lot of them don't come from no broken homes. A lot of their mamas ain't on drugs. They don't care. They do what they want to do. They talk stuff. So if they talk stuff to these police officers and they grown, they're going to talk stuff to other grown people because this is what they do at home. Some of their parents probably do work, but at that time, like, their parents don't care because it's nice outside. The parents doing their own thing. The kids doing their own thing. The problem is they need their ass kicked.
Okay.
They need all them good things they got taken away from them because them kids are not regular kids. They don't care. And people try to make it a color thing. Yeah, race has a lot to do with a lot of things, but when I look out there, wasn't but a bunch of black kids doing that. Sometimes we got to take race out and look at things for what they are. Them kids need discipline. They need to be talked to too, but I'm sure some of their parents probably do work, but a lot of their parents is kicking it like they is because these kids is out of order.
So
and they throwing and breaking up stuff.
Let me say something.
Go downtown.
Hold on, sis. Let me say something.
Okay.
Okay. I know you personally. Now, if these mamas have not disciplined their children since they was little, now you got an 8th grade year old or 14, 13-year-old standing 6'1", 175 pounds. What do you think a single mama could be able to do with that boy? It's too late. Y'all wait, it's too late. It's too late. I'm sorry. It's too late. If you don't get them in that small stage and put the fear of God in them, it's too late. This is what we're seeing right now. It's too late. And like you said, a lot of these young people that's doing these things have good parents. You say they walk around with $1,000 cell phones, $300 hairdos all the way down their back, lashes, Jordans. That costs money. Nice outfits. But guess what? A lot of us as parents, we didn't do a good job in disciplining our children. Now, it's in the midnight hour. You got boys standing 6'4", 200 pounds. Junior in high school. What you gonna do with him, mama? You can't whoop him. You slap him around, they ain't gonna hurt him. They overpower you. I'm just saying.
But you know, it's two places for undisciplined kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's the cemetery and the Department of Corrections. And I guarantee they build in prisons. They build in prisons for them, for the girls and boys. And them cemeteries getting big and big with them black girls and black boys' bodies in there. And see, the thing is, when it comes to it, you see a lot of kids, parents, a lot of kids get killed. Here come their parents, they's a good kid. And sometimes they do get kids, but sometimes I look right on their page and I see all these guns. I say the mom know this. See, they love the mom's entertaining because no father. It's like a lot of fathers not around, but the mothers stand next to their son and people say, when you see him, that's me. He throwing all type of finger signs up. So that tells the story. And it's like, long as this go on, our community is doomed because if this is the future, we have a bleak looking future. And it's like, you getting, you know, as we getting older, a lot of elderly people are scared of young people. Like, why are adults scared of kids? These are kids. They don't know much. But it's like you said, they look so old and all that. But again, a boy that's 6'1", he's 16, 17 years old. Yeah, he may appear grown, but if he goes to the Department of Corrections, they go break him down.
But listen,
but see, they don't think that. They think they're tough.
Let me say this. Regardless if they think they're tough or not, how can you kill somebody that's already dead, that's not afraid of death? They're not afraid of their parents. They're not afraid of the police. They're not afraid of their teachers, their mentors, their mom and father. I mean, we have created, and I hate to use this word, monsters. I hate to use that word. And I don't like calling out black people names. But this is what we have done by not doing a good job as parenting with our children. A lot of this blame, the parents gonna have to take. I'm sorry. That's why we got young people around here killing each other because they super emotional. They don't know how to solve conflict. They don't. Oh, you said something about my dead home and now I'm finna blow your brains out. You said my mama.
But see, you know what they come from too, Martin, because a lot of them raised by women. They sit around women, talking with women. Like, you know, they say nothing wrong with raising your grandsons, but boys need men in their life. So they sitting around women all day, listen to her drama. They always around women. They never around no man, whether it's an uncle, because the uncle, he's thugging it out. The daddy thugging it out. The man, the mama got thugging it out. It's like you have no great role models. And that's sad. Even though the football coach can be a role model too. Or the teacher could be a role model too, but the parent plays such a strong role in this child's life that he's always around women. Like when I see a boy always around women, that's a problem. Why is he never around men? And he gets emotional just like a woman, and that's why these guys act like women because they always sitting around their mama and her friends, sitting around grandmama, sitting around aunties. They need to read around men. And when I say men, I don't have nothing against homosexual men, but men, straight men. To teach them the skills of life or how to handle situations as a man. But you don't see that. And the sad part, a lot of black homes are raised with a lot of single moms. And unfortunately, Martin, a lot of the single moms are just ratchet. It's all outdoors. She on Facebook turning up with her weave and laughing. Her son out here shooting up the block. This is sick. And it's like everybody turns a blind eye. Oh, this that ain't my child. It's sad.
But do we blame the teens or do we blame the parents?
Parents.
Okay.
Kids don't know much. Like when you're a teenager, you wet behind the ears. You don't know much. But see, what happens is the parent starts when her son 2 or 3 or 4, 5, dressing them up like the man that left her. She's dressing them up. You my king. He's your son. He's not your man. He's not your partner. So what happens is as he grow up, he thinks he's the man of the house, and which he's not the man of the house. But she lets him think that by the time he's about 12 or 13, he having sex. And then his friends coming around. Then he started talking to her any type of way because mom outside kicking it or mom man is what he see. A drug dealer, a scam, all this. He don't see a positive role model. So then once he got an order, he end up going to jail. Here come mama. I got to get my baby out of jail. He come back to her house. I got to get my baby out of jail. The same mentality. And that's what happened when a lot of women's sons go to jail to see if he learned the lesson. No, they let him come right back there, live in a house and damage the community. This is what she constantly do because this is my baby. Instead of letting him know you go be a man, whether he killed you or not. Now let's fast forward. Look at our community sitting in a rut. And a lot of women, when you ask them about their son, they go sit there and act like it ain't their child. Well, they know it's their child and daughters too. Look at their daughters. But when you speak on issues like this, they get an attitude of what they say, ain't nobody better. That's our private community. We can't sit there and shoot because somebody go get their feelings hurt. Now it won't even all the way. But wait till it get real warm outside. You gonna see this so much. It's sad. There's nothing funny about it. It's nothing even to get mad about. It's more sad than anything because these kids running the world. These are kids running the world, and they don't know much.
Okay. I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to go to the next call. Thank you so much, partner. Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right. All right. I'm going to the next caller. All right. 872 caller. Area code. Come on, caller. Where are you calling from?
This is me, Robert.
Hey, Robert. How you doing?
Illinois.
Yeah, come on, Robert.
Yeah, I actually put it in the comments. I put the address.
Okay. Cool. All right.
For the press conference. So I'm also volunteering as well. Joseph Williams had called me, so I'm a volunteer as well.
Yeah. Well, I'm the man, not Joseph Williams. I'm just telling you that. I'm just telling you that now. So I don't know nobody.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
Okay, I'm just letting you know. Hey, letting you know. So hey.
Okay. Okay, yes.
I started this. Matter of fact, we started it from this page. Let me say that. You're going to have folks out here that's going to try to copycat, but it ain't going to happen. All right. That's all. Go ahead, Rob. You ain't did nothing wrong.
Okay.
Yeah. Because, see, you got.
Thank you for letting me know that.
I let you know. I'm letting you know that. You got. Yeah. Okay. Listen, you got people out here, and I'm going to tell y'all this. Don't care nothing about these teenagers. All they care about is the almighty dollar. See if they can profit off black pain and black death. I'm telling you, people.
And tearing them down.
Tearing them down. Yeah. Tearing them down. Listen, they look good.
So many, not to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, because I saw so many comments on Twitter today. It was like they called them every name out the book.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say this too.
Fox News is a Republican news channel.
Right. You got people. They can't see no wrong with their children, but they can see all the ills are wrong with everybody else's children. They can see it. They see everybody else wrong. But when it comes to their children, they have a blind eye. They have a blind eye. I'm telling you. So people, this is our problem. Now, are we going to be able to save everybody? I say no. We're not Jesus. We're not God. But we can do the best we can. Let us build a relationship with these young people that's out there, that's acting rowdy. And maybe once they see us 1 or 2 or 3 times, they want to pull us to the side and talk to us and tell us why they're doing this. Have we ever thought about that? Have we ever thought about what is it that they need? Instead, we say they need jobs. They may say, hey, I don't want no job. I still live with my mama. I just want some attention. I need my mama to tell me she loved me, hug me. So it ain't all about the job and resources too. I'm letting y'all know that. Go ahead, Robert.
Yeah, but I'm definitely down for the call.
That's it. All right. Appreciate you, Robert.
It's like everybody's just pointing the finger. Instead of pointing the finger, we got to get to the root of the solution.
That's it.
Because as you said earlier, I guess in the live, you don't want the police down there trying to get, they'll get rough on it.
Yeah. Yep. That's right. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Robert. Thank you for calling, bro.
And I'll be there in the morning.
Okay. All right.
Oh, you're welcome.
Cool. Did I skip Robert? Did I do 9433? I'm trying to say, did I talk to you 9433? 9433.
Hey, Martin,
Yeah.
I'm calling to let you know. I want to volunteer too.
Okay.
I'm down for the call.
Okay, cool. That's what I'm talking about. Boots on the
I'm
ground.
down for the call. I need you to inbox me the information. Even though tomorrow my birthday,
Happy birthday.
That would be the wonderful thing for me to get back to the youth. Like you say, we got to answer the call.
Yeah. It's
Stop
like,
pointing the finger.
hey, you know what you say? You always
Stop
say,
pointing the finger.
we are our own solution. You love saying that, and I love that when you say that. And I'm
Right.
finna
So
go ahead.
That's the person. That's the person's birthday gift I can ever give back. Help save our youth. Like you say, we can't help once they see us. While I'm tired of people pointing the finger. Our kids is crying out for help. So I wanted to put that out there.
Mm-hmm.
We need some women to step up too. Everybody needs a hug. It don't cost none to give a hug. It don't cost none to reach out to these kids. Let's save our kids.
Mm-hmm. That's right, sister. That's right. I agree.
Everybody ain't on crack. Everybody ain't on dope.
That's
they
right.
Crying out for help.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm willing to help.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to help. So yes, let's go and do this. You send me the information. I'm there in the morning.
Okay, it's on the screen right now. You can look at the screen when you look on Facebook. It's on the screen right now.
Okay.
I said to you, okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to the next call.
All
Thank
right,
you
Mark.
so much. Appreciate you, sister. Happy birthday again to you. All right. All right. 8714. I believe that's Erica. Erica.
Yes, it is. What is up, Martin?
What's going on?
Everyone?
What's going on?
What's up? So, just your friendly community organizer, political educator here.
Okay.
I think there's a lot that was said that one thing about doing this work, y'all, volunteering is important. We need to be boots on the ground. What you're doing, Martin, is incredible. Please, y'all, get involved. But one thing I want to add is that we need to be rooted in political education. Reverend William Barber of the Poor People's Campaign says it best. Don't be out there being loud and wrong. Got to know what we talk about. And so one of the things that is so much was said tonight, but I wanted to point out what you were saying, Martin, about the demonization of Black youth. We got to really be careful with that, y'all, because there are, like, white supremacy don't just go away because we bad that our kids are acting out. Like, white supremacy and the people that want to kill us and murder us in droves don't just disappear because our kids acted out downtown. So what we need to understand is that sometimes in our anger and frustration, which is understandable, anger and frustration, we end up throwing red meat to the very people who are looking for a reason to shoot us on sight just for being Black. They are looking for an excuse to justify our lack of humanity. And the woman that was on earlier from Naperville, she brought out so many things in her story that we need to look at. She talked, first of all, Naperville, if y'all don't know, because I did I've done research on this. Naperville is actually considered the safest community in the state of Illinois. It is also the wealthiest city in the state of Illinois, which is no coincidence. Like Brandon Johnson says, safe communities are the ones with the resources, not the ones with tons of cops. And I'm sure if she could speak again, she would admit that Naperville don't have cops on every corner chasing people down and pulling people over every 5 seconds, and that's not why they're safe. Okay. So the one thing that stood out to me in her story was about her son, how he was raised well, Black man raised well, did good in school, doing his job, and he gets pulled over by police at gunpoint, falsely arrested,
treated like crap. And then he had another incident with police where the same thing happened.
Hold on, sister.
And
Erica,
he was recording.
Erica, hold on. Somebody got the listen. People, I need y'all to mute your phones because somebody, I hear some sound in the back. Mute your phones. It's very okay. Please mute your phone or something, please, because I want to hear what Erica got to say. Okay, Erica, come on. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. So like she said, you know, he was raised well and all of that, but still he was pulled over by police. This is a respectable young black man. He was falsely accused, all of that, and arrested and had to deal with the court system. But what we need to understand from her story, and hopefully even her understand from her story, because I also heard her talking about wearing dreads and pulling your pants up, right? That is called respectability politics. That is basically the idea that if we just dressed better, spoke better, acted better, that our circumstances would change. But her story proves what research after research has shown, that it don't matter if we respectable and it don't matter if we ratchet. It's the system.
Okay.
The system itself absolutely hates us. The system itself still is trying to figure out what to do with all these Negroes that was never designed to be free. And so we are dealing with a system, not saying don't pull your pants up, not saying don't be respectful, not saying don't get an education and be a good, upstanding citizen. Of course do that. Why wouldn't you do that? But what I'm trying to say is that research after research and history has shown that they will murder us wearing a suit. Dr. King was wearing a suit when he was murdered. Like it don't matter, y'all, how respectable we are. Being respectable is good, and we should definitely raise our children well. That goes without saying. But I just want y'all to understand, if we don't deal with the system, we just gonna have murdered children dressed well.
Okay.
We're just gonna have murdered children who
okay,
well.
Erica, I'm gonna have to cut you off.
We need to address the system.
Okay, because I got 4 callers now. Okay, all right. You could call back because we got a 2-part. I got a part with a student fighting a teacher. We're gonna talk about that too. So I'm definitely gonna need your input on that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Bye bye. Okay. Marcus. I think that's Marcus. 0941. Yeah. Go ahead, Marcus. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I see everybody volunteering. I guess I'll volunteer too.
Okay. No problem.
These kids need a serious talking to. They need to know who they are. A lot of them don't know who they are. That's why peer pressure, they end up becoming victims of peer pressure. And what I mean by victims of peer pressure, a lot of them are good kids, but they cave to the peer pressure that the other kids put on. So they try to prove themselves. They want to prove that they got street clout. What is street clout? Is it worth the clout? Is that the clout that you want? So they played follow the leader. All it took was a few to start something downtown, and the rest of them, who was already full of energy, followed into it. These kids need to be taught how to think for themselves when they're away from their parents, because some of them can come from the best parents and still do bad. I remember when I was away from my mother, and I wasn't a teenager. I was about 10, 11 years old, and we would play outside, and the old lady across the street caught my mother coming in the building one day and said, "Your son and your nephew can outcuss a Salem." And she was like, "Oh, really?" So some parents don't know what their kids are doing. It takes a village, but we also need to come straight to the chase. Some of these kids are well aware of what they're doing, and their actions hurt other people. We talk about the kids and not having resources, but what about their victims who have to deal with the scars that have been put on them? What about those whose cars went up in flames, even though they had insurance? And who's to say that some of them had insurance? People are struggling. What about them? Who's gonna pay for what happened to them? It may have just been a car, but it was somebody's car who was probably at work or was probably at home and wasn't expecting that to happen to their car.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more than just a car. It's what somebody works for. And these kids need to pay restitution. If they get a job and they have hurt somebody, they have robbed somebody, and it's been proven in the court of law that they robbed this person, their check should be going to help that person get back on their feet. They should be forced to take on responsibility. But we need to get out on the streets and talk to these kids. We need to go into the schools and talk to them. We need to go on the basketball courts when it get hot. They'll be out. We need to go into the parks and talk to them. Even the ones that ain't gonna go downtown, we need to go where they at and talk to them. Even if they're not out there acting stupid, we need to talk to them to make sure they don't act stupid. We need to show them what they're doing and how it affects an entire race of people by their actions. Because a lot of them are not thinking, they're just following. They're in the moment and they're having fun. And it's fun to set a car on fire. It's fun to throw at the police. They need to know the dangers of that. Because you got NASCAR coming here in July.
Mm-hmm.
You got the DNC next year. These rich folks who run this city is not going to sit back and allow poor kids from either side of the city, whether you're from Little Village, Canaryville, or Inglewood, or the West Side. They're not going to allow them to continue to come downtown and tear up and terrorize. Downtown is the economic base of this city. It's where people come from all over the world just to visit downtown. In Millennium Park alone, people come from all over the world just to look at that ugly bean. So I'm in.
Okay.
I ain't just saying it. I'm in.
All right. All right. Well, thank you, Marcus. I heard you on WVON today too. Yeah, I heard you.
Yep.
I heard you today. That was good. That was good. I was listening. You never know who's listening. You never know who's listening. All right. That's what I'm talking about. And listen, and let me just say this too, Marcus, before you go. Everybody is not going to be hands on ground. You might want to give a donation. You know what I'm saying? You might have a program that you want to implement with some of these young people. So it's different levels of this. The number one thing that we want to do, boots on the ground, we want to establish a relationship with the young people. Marcus, you know what I'm talking about. You've done that many years. Go ahead, Marcus.
Let me give somebody some advice.
Okay, go ahead.
When I was working for the Park District, on my off days, I started with a group of kids that were coming into the park. I took them places that they had never been. I took them to other parks to play basketball. And by the time they got through doing that, I didn't tell them to do this. They would tell me, I'm going home, I'm going to eat, I'm going to take a shower, I'm going to do my homework, and then I'm going to go to sleep and get ready to go to school in the morning. You got to give kids some activity that's going to wear them out so that when they leave from that gym, all they want to do is go home, eat, take a shower, do their homework, and go to sleep and get ready for school in the next day. You got to keep them busy. So I say this, people, grab a group of kids on your block and take them to the neighborhood park, whether it's to play softball or whatever, or basketball. Just take them up to the neighborhood park, the outdoor basketball courts, or go and become a volunteer at your neighborhood park. Get on the Chicago Park District Council, and you can make changes that's out of this world. We asking for youth centers. We got them right in our own backyard at the expense of taxpayers. We don't need keep giving out grants. And I did something that I never asked for the grant. I opened up my backyard for the kids in the neighborhood. My only problem was the older people complaining about their garage doors. And the ball wasn't even doing nothing to their doors. So we got to do that. Trust me, it'll make a world of a difference.
Okay. Thank you, Marcus. You just stay with us, Marcus. I'm going to hang up on you. Stay with us because we got a second part, man. We got a video that's going viral, a teacher and a student fighting, man. It's terrible. But I'm going to play that during the broadcast. So just make sure you hold on, okay? All right. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. I think I talked to you already, 1910, but go ahead. 1910. I'm not sure. Go ahead, 1910. 1910.
Hey, this is Felicia.
Hey, Felicia, did I talk to you? No. Go ahead. Go ahead, Felicia. Come on. Come on, Felicia. Felicia. Come on, put your mouth on it so I can hear you.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Right. I hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with everyone was saying. Opening up our backyard is a great idea. Just to find out what are these interests that these kids are having. What are the issues that they are having? I just wanted to know more about why are they going downtown and doing this? What do they feel like they lacking on an individual level? I garden, I have a community garden, and they come and help me. I'll barbecue. And I really feel like in my own experience that a lot of these kids need a sense of community. They just want to sit up under us and be around somebody that care about them. They'll talk about things that they trying to do and bounce some ideas off of adults that care, that's not going to judge them on their personal situation. And, it was an overwhelming job, even teaching in a high school and, at alternative school. It's very difficult, knowing that some of these teens got children, they have guardians that don't care about them. And just like the gentleman said, open up the backyard. If each of us pitched in some time to just sit and talk with these kids and get an understanding about what they need, so we just got to get this sorted out and organized. I'm willing to volunteer. My husband and I will be in attendance tomorrow. I'll be taking notes and whatever I can do, and listen and try to see what part can we play in this. How can we keep our young children out from downtown wreaking havoc, and out of the juvenile system and out of the graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't always like this. Now that my kids got older and some direction, and I know that they're not going to, follow the leader, I feel like that I'm more equipped to be of assistance now, because I was afraid of my own boys being influenced and keeping them on the right track. So I did establish boundaries with the neighborhood kids and my own. And that might have had some repercussions, but I had to do what I have to do. So, there's a lot of things going on, and I just want to know how can we participate, and we'll be there to find out and, listen to other people's ideas.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful, wonderful. And let me say this, Felicia. We have a lot of people that's afraid of people that look like them. I mean, really afraid of them, really afraid. And it's like they don't want us to do anything, but they're not doing nothing. So we supposed to sit on our behinds and just pray only and don't do nothing. Now, when one of these little Negroes gun down your nephew or your son or your grandson, you're going to be like, man, I should have been with Martin helping out. Maybe that would have deterred some of this. Because trust me, everything that's not good for these teenagers in this day and time, they can easily get, such as a gun, illegal drugs, pills, lean. Some of them, listen, some of them don't have no place to stay, but they can show enough take you where you can buy a gun at. They can show you where the drug house at. They can show you that. They can show you some of those shooters that keep guns on them all the time. Listen, some of these young teenagers out here, they ain't no joke. All they know is evil and mistreatment. All it takes, somebody with the right attitude, come and talk to them, sit down and talk to them, and ask them, what can I do to help you, my brother, my sister? And you'll be surprised. They'll open up. You'll be surprised, people. Now, there are those that we may approach and they don't want to hear nothing. We might approach them 1 or 2 or 3 times. Maybe the 4th or the 5th time, they may want to talk then. Don't cuss them out. You know, don't cuss them. We're not there for that. We're not there to get aggressive. We're not their fathers. We just want to establish a relationship with them. That's what we want to do. That's the main goal. Then we don't just want to go out there and start passing out money. That ain't what we're trying to do. We're trying to establish a relationship with them. By establishing a relationship with them, we can find out who are the leaders, who are the orchestrators of everything, and we can find out. And maybe we can sit down with them and help them organize something legitimate. Hey, we're going to do it like this. We'll find some resources where y'all can have a concert or something, an outdoor concert. You know, these are the things that we could do. The scripture said one plant, one water, and God gives the increase. The number one thing that I want personally is for us to establish a relationship with those young people out there. Now, I ain't saying you got to take them home, they sleep in your bedroom, and I'm not saying that. Have a relationship. So if you see them, you can speak to them, and all that. And it's good to know young people too. Oh, don't mess with him. He cool. He be with them people downtown, trying to calm us down. He cool. Don't mess with him. You'll be surprised. Some of them will take up for you too, because they have that influence.
Yep.
Seriously, I'm telling y'all, people. The very young person that you mean mugger and you threaten, it might come down to it. He or she could save your life or save something happened from you.
Amen.
One of these teenagers can run up to your car and pull the door open, and they recognize you. He cool, she cool. Leave him alone, let him ride. It can happen.
Amen.
It can happen. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, it's getting rough out here, Martin.
It's getting rough, Felicia.
Just last week, my husband was robbed at gunpoint at work. He's a mailman, and this was twice in 5 weeks. And each time, it was a young man. He said last time this brother couldn't be no older than 15, 16 years old. You know, so, on one spectrum, you're a victim of the situation. On another spectrum, you have a responsibility. And we're not going to let it stop us from volunteering, from participating, and figuring out what we need to do. But I understand both sides of the game. Mm-hmm. You know, the people that don't want nothing to do with it is frustrated because my husband could have lost his life. Mm-hmm. And then on the other hand, I look at the job that I've done with my own kids. I look at the kids in the neighborhood that trust me, and I say, you know what, I can do more.
Mm-hmm.
So we just gonna show up.
Okay, Miss Felicia. All right, thank you. Stay tuned. We got another second part too. What time is it? We got to get to it. I'm gonna take 2 more callers about this, and we're gonna go move on to our next segment. Other thing, I got somebody calling from Indiana, 219. Hey, caller, where you calling from? 219.
Oh, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I'm calling on another phone.
Okay.
Martin, I'm one of your followers.
Okay.
And
right.
I think what you're doing is good. I work in the schools. I'm a teacher, and I just hope that everything's successful. These kids are very disrespectful.
Yes.
And I think when you organize, we still need to have security around because they really don't care.
Ma'am,
There is that video
let me
that's
just say
going
something.
around.
I don't know if you was here on the program. We're working with CPD as well. So, I mean, I just want to let you know, we're just not out there naked and like that and all that. I mean, I'm a grandfather, and I know they're very disrespectful. And we know that. I know you're a school teacher. You see it all the time. You see it all the time. But see, you don't have time to be mama with them. You're an educator. You trying to educate them. Me, we could be more sympathetic with them. We understand you. So that's not your job to be a mother to these students. That's all I'm saying. You are educated. You ain't got time to raise no children. Hey, I'm here for you to learn. That's it. You're not the counselor. You're not the doctor. You're not the minister. But go ahead, sis. I just wanted to say that. Go ahead. I'm sorry cutting you off. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Because I was at a school last week and they was very disrespectful. And I try to talk to them. And I say, it's a reflection on your family when you acted like that. And they just snapped and went off. But they said, she talking about my family. Oh, God, jumping and stuff. You know how they do. But I can keep trying to tell. I'm not scared of y'all. I just called security and I put them out. Because you obviously didn't come here to learn.
Mm-hmm.
But, I'm glad you're going to have the police there.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, right. And,
I'm working, I work in my community because I try to help them because I am a senior citizen too.
Okay.
And it's just hard. It's really hard.
Mm-hmm. And you know what?
I don't know. That's why they feel
right. Well, you know what I'm tired of? Let me say this, school teacher. I'm tired of us, Black people. We always complaining. We could point out every wrong, every T does not cross, every I does not dot, and don't do nothing. But just talk. Then when an opportunity presents itself that we can do something, we make every excuse. When it's time to donate some money, I ain't getting my money on bad kids. I ain't going out them bad kids. I ain't doing that. We make every excuse. Every excuse in the book not to participate. Is now or never. Listen, I want to build a relationship with some of these young folks. They might see me on the street somewhere. Somebody try to rob me, one of their friends. They're like, no, don't mess with him. You never know. You don't know what people are into.
Well, that's how they do me. They do that in my community. It was a boy, somebody had broken his house. He used to come down here and I would let him ride the bike with my granddaughter. And I said, let me see your grades. Right. I would give him $10. One day, somebody had broken their house. And he ran down, he had blood running down his face. And I'm the only one that let him in my house because everybody else was scared. And I let them go to a sheriff and they said, no, Michelle, you did the right thing. But I was looking at his hands to make sure he didn't have no gun. You know what I'm saying? But everybody was scared.
Yeah.
So I do talk to young people because they will look out for you. You just got to know how to talk to them. I've seen a lot of young people get killed. Yeah.
Yeah. And
it's sad.
It's sad. It's sad. It's real sad out here. But we're going to switch gears right here. We're going to leave it right here. And we're going to switch gears. I got a new subject I want to talk about.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah. Who is that?
This is the coach. I just want to tell you, this is the coach. I just want to tell you, I want to volunteer with you, man.
Okay. Perfect. It's a number that I'm gonna put up. It's called I'm gonna put up on the Facebook. It's called let me see what we're gonna call it. It's a text number. I don't even know how to text. I ain't never done this before. It said text Chicago kids to 2010. What I think is what? I'm gonna post it. All right, I'm gonna post it. But y'all got hold on. I'm gonna switch gears.
Martin, I got one thing I want to say.
Go ahead.
Martin, I got one thing I want to say before you hang up.
I called for you. You didn't.
I want to
Go ahead.
really commend you, Martin. I want to really commend you, Martin. I've been watching you when your platform was much smaller, and I've watched how it grown. But one thing I want to commend you on, Martin, is you really got the point when you're saying that it's coming from the home. It's so many of us mothers, Martin, that need a man like you. Really. You ought to be called the Godfather, really, to tell you the truth. You're doing an excellent job. Us mothers, single mothers out here that's raising these young guys, we need a voice like yours. So when we say, let's bring these kids and talk to these kids, you're not going to get through the kids if you don't get through the single mothers that's raising them, because they going back to that same single mother that don't know what she's doing. So we really need to get to the mothers, really, who are raising these children. You are doing a real good job in getting in the minds of them. I know you know what you're talking about, and I'm not no butt kiss. I don't need nothing from nobody. I'm just telling you that I know that you're onto something when you're talking about that it's coming from the home. It really is coming from the home. And I'm gonna give you an example of the strength of a man. You know, I got to a point because I raised my kids, my sons, really well. I hold conversations with my grandsons on the phone for 3 hours. How does a woman hold a conversation with an 18-year-old guy for 3 hours on the telephone? Because I know how to hold his interest. Because I learned what a man is. I'll give you an example. I was going through something in my life, and I was saying that I really don't need a man for nothing. The only thing that a man could give me is, you know, what I don't have, you know, what y'all got, you know.
I know.
I learned that wasn't true when my son got into trouble. When my son got into trouble, I had so many female friends that were saying, oh, it's going to be okay, and they embraced me. Oh, it's going to be okay, and they embraced me. It wasn't until I ran into one of these brothers, one of the ministers from the Nation of Islam, and he held me in his arms, and he embraced me. And something went through me that no woman could give me. He embraced me in a way that I knew that I needed that. So I want to let you know, stay on with these mothers. Continue with these mothers. Bring out these mothers. It's who we really need to get through to these kids is the mothers. That's who we really need to talk to, is these parents that are raising these kids, because you can pull these kids down in these and after school programs, but if they got to go back home to the same ignorance, it's not going to stick. I don't care what you talk about. You got to get in the minds of the parent, of the mother, and get in the minds of these kids. Most of these boys, all they want is a hug. When I told my kids things about myself, that's how I got their attention. When I told them about me, what I did, what I went through, and I wasn't perfect, I told them some of the things that I did in life. Man, that's when I got.
You did not keep nobody else's phone. And you finna give me my shit. Don't touch me. That's on my mom. Don't touch me. Girl, don't touch me. Girl, don't touch me. Girl.
Get a t-shirt.
Fuck you. Somebody get a fucking teacher. Get a fucking teacher. Get a fucking teacher. Get a fucking teacher. Get a teacher. Get a teacher. Somebody get a teacher. I don't give a fuck. Get out. Get a teacher. 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 Y'all go sit here and watch. Get a teacher. What is wrong with y'all?
These mothers, we got to get through to these mothers. Mothers, please stop being afraid of your sons. Stop being afraid of them. Stop letting them sit on these games all day long. Sit down and talk to them. Play some cards with them. You know, have a talk with them and tell them about the bogus shit you did.
Yeah. And thank you so
get
much for
in
that.
their hearts and get in their minds and get in their soul so they can trust you
And you know what? Let me just say this
and
too.
let you know that they understand.
Let me say this. And I'm a grandfather. People, my life ain't never been perfect. I tell people, oh, Martin, you this, you that. Listen, people, I have problems just like everybody else, you know, but I've learned, I've been through the fire, if I could say that, people. And when I speak with authority. I know what I'm talking about. Now, I may not have a master's degree or a doctor's degree, none of those things, but I got life experience. That's something that college can't teach you experience. I got it. People, I've been in these streets.
Teach it to you.
I've been in these streets. I got battle wounds. I got secrets that I'm going to take to the grave with me that I'm not going to share with nobody. You got secrets. They got secrets. People, this life is real. And I tell people, listen,
life is real.
You only have one body and you abuse it and damage, you're not going to get no another one in this life. That's it. That's it. So if you want to put all types of things in your body, mess your body up and do all these things, go ahead. I guarantee you, you won't get another one. And I'm going to tell you this, them doctors ain't going to be able to say you.
Minds, Martin.
Yeah.
You can get
I know
you can get in their minds, Martin. I don't know if you remember, but back in 2018, there was a hostage situation in Harvey where some drug dealers had went into this house. They were trying to rob this other drug dealer. Well, make a long story short, one of my friends was in that house. It was her brother's house. Make a long story short, she was raped repeatedly in this house by these men who her brothers end up bailing out. Her father ended up bailing out. She was left in the house with a few other kids. They did hostage situations where they let some of the kids go, and the police was sending in cigarettes and liquor and pizza and all of this stuff. But her story is, while she was being raped in there, she was able to talk to the guy that was raping her. And she asked him, why are you doing this? Why do you do this? And he told her, this is all I know. I was bred to do this. I was made to do this. I was raised to do this. And she talked to that man so long till she got deep inside of him, till he relaxed, ended up falling asleep. And she called the police and told them, y'all could come in now. Now, the police reported something totally different, but the true story is she was the one who saved the folks in that house.
And I know dude baby mama too. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Absolutely.
Yeah? I know exactly what you're talking about.
She was the one who saved those people. She saved those people. The police told you something different, but she was the hero in that house.
Okay. Well, I got 4 people online right now. Y'all can stay online. I'm going to go to y'all. I'm going to show this video. I showed it already, but we're going to watch this video for a couple of times, and we're going to talk about it. It's still on the same subject. It's dealing with the youth. So we just want to change gears a little bit, and I want you guys to comment on this video and tell me what you think. What do you think? And let me get it. Hold on, let me get everything right. Okay. Let me get this video back up here, up and running. All right, I'm gonna pull it up. It's disturbing, so that's why I'm playing it in the middle of my live, so nobody won't be trying to report.
You did not keep nobody else's phone, and you finna give me my shit. Don't touch me. That's on my mom. Don't touch me, girl. Don't touch me. Girl, don't touch me, girl.
Get a t-shirt.
Fuck you. Somebody get a fucking teacher. Get a fucking teacher. Get a fucking teacher. Get a fucking teacher. Get a teacher. Get a teacher. Somebody get a teacher. I don't give a fuck. Get out. Get a teacher. 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 Y'all just go sit here and watch. Get a teacher. Get a teacher. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Okay, let me play it again. All right, we start off because I'm sorry, people. You know, I don't use this feature that much, and that's why. There we go.
You did not keep nobody else's phone. And you finna give me my shit. Don't touch me. That's on my mom. Don't touch me. Girl, don't touch me. Girl, don't touch me. Girl,
Get a t-shirt. Get a t-shirt.
Fuck you. Somebody get a fucking teacher. Get a fucking teacher. Get a fucking teacher. Get a fucking teacher. Get a teacher. Get a teacher. Somebody get a teacher. I don't give a fuck. Get a teacher. 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 Y'all go sit here and watch. Get a teacher. Get the fucking wrong with y'all. Get a teacher. Get the shit.
All right, people, we're back. We're back. All right, 1910. I'm gonna let you talk. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts? 1910. What's your thoughts?
Okay.
There's
Well,
no. Go ahead.
You operate on I guess reflex.
Mhm.
So in that situation, I think I would have reacted the same way the adult did. I don't know how she ended up with the kid's phone. I don't know if she was supposed to have the kid's phone. That part of it wasn't shown, but I did see where the child swung first. I saw where she blocked the swing. She probably could have waited to see if she was going to swing again, which she probably would have, but I think I would have laid on her ass too. I think I would have put her in a full Nelson, a chokehold or something, but I'm not going to take no ass whooping from no kids. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not taking no ass whooping. Your mama didn't whoop your ass, I'm going to whoop it.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so
I ain't
much.
taking no ass whooping. I'm just sorry. You're not going to hurt me.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth and shame the devil. All right. All right. All right. Thank you so much. I got to go to the next call. Okay. Thank you. I got to go to the next call. Thank you so much for calling. All right. All right. Brother Marcus, your turn. 0941. Come on, Marcus. All right.
Well. Being a teacher, I do know this. I don't know if it's still this way, but at the park, if you hit a park district employee, they have the right to defend themselves, but they're not going to get fired. I hope the teacher didn't get fired. I hope the student gets sent to an alternative school, because a regular school is not for that little girl. That's called bad behavior disorder. That's what a lot of these kids get. Bad behavior disorder. They used to have those classes where those were special type of teachers who know how to deal with those kids. Hats off to the teachers that's in these classrooms, because they're in a war zone. They're in a war zone. All I can say on that is that right there proves to me that some of these kids need a little TLC, tender loving care. And I don't mean putting your arm around them, rubbing them on the back. They need to feel that wall. They need to feel, if you step in an adult's arena, they need to know what it feels like to be hit by an adult if you're going to swing on an adult. And maybe they'll think twice. There ain't much I can say with it.
Okay. All right, let me go to the next caller. Hold it. 8871 caller. 8871, your last four digits. 219. Come on, 219. 219.
You talking to Martin? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Come on with it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I would not have. I've been in a situation where I had people throw stuff at me. but I'm more mature than that.
Okay. Well, don't
And,
hold on. Before you start talking, don't get fired now. I don't want you people know because I know you work with school systems. So I'd rather for you not even comment. Just don't say nothing that's gonna incriminate you. All right. All right.
Well, I ain't gonna say no. I said I'm more mature than that. I would have wrote them up.
Okay.
And I would have filed a police report.
Okay.
But see, you got younger people now. They ain't gonna be doing, because see, she reacted and you don't know what she's been through. I see this every day in the classroom with the kids. So she might have been a new teacher, very frustrated, and she got hit. But see, I would have called security and put her out. Filed a police report. But see, they have to teach you that. I've been to the worst of the schools and the best of the schools. So I don't know. She might lose her job if she's with CPS because that's just how they do. And they're gonna just take her to the office and talk to her, and she'll probably be right back up in that classroom. I see these behaviors every day. I'm glad everybody's seeing what the teachers had to go through. Now maybe y'all believe it. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't just the teachers, it's the kids doing the same stuff with y'all seeing every day. Ain't gonna say nothing else. I don't want to lose my job.
Okay, that's what I said, because I ain't got one to give you right now. Thanks for calling. All right. All right.
Okay.
All right. 5011. 5011. 5011.
So when do you don't lose your rights because you are a teacher to defend yourself at work? Nobody just gets to haul off and get to whooping your ass at work because they're a student. Everybody has a right to defend themselves. I don't feel the teacher was appropriately dressed for work, apparently, because you never know what's going to happen. And what I've seen was her whole ass out. I don't know what school it is where the student is allowed to wear shorts and stuff in the classroom, but that situation is totally out of control. I've had a student try to take a phone from me. After knocking stuff off my desk, I rang for security. They didn't come. She kept on trying to take my phone and call the police on her ass. Then the school was mad. Why you call the police? Well, what you want me to do? The little girl done pushed me and everything. Now, if I would have turned around and beat her ass, I'd be dead wrong, right? But here I am. I done ran for security. But because security down there talking to the social workers, trying to get him some booty, right? Which is what he do on a daily basis. But he's put in the school to be a school officer. Them two supposed to be taking care of this student. They had combined me in a classroom of over 45 students because another teacher didn't come in. So I have literally 2 classes in one classroom. And so what do they expect when they have this type of stuff on? And this was 3 years ago. This is post-COVID. So all kinds of stuff going on in these schools. It's a prison pipeline anyway. You see what happened? Is that supposed to be going on in school? When I went to school, teachers could whoop us. When you went to school, teachers could whoop us. They used to take out the ruler and hit you on the hand. Now it's to the point where the students want to whoop the teacher ass because she on her phone and she feel like talking to her. She said, "Oh, my mama, you're going to give me my phone," and swung a hard-ass swing, an air swing on the teacher before she swung again.
Listen, that
So
camera.
it's just this real. This is what's going on in the school. This ain't no damn school. That's
Listen.
not conducive to learning. And then she better thank God ain't no other students jump in.
Listen, that cameraman was something else, or camera woman was something else, wasn't he? They showed all the goods.
That's just plain. That looks like a world star porno video. That don't make no damn sense. It don't make no sense. I wouldn't have got into the fight with the little girl alone because of what I had on.
Listen,
her whole ass out.
I couldn't believe it.
Ass out. The whole class saw her ass. The whole class, all the little boys saw that booty. Now, what do you think they gonna do the rest of the year? She can't show her face in there no more if they don't fire.
Ooh, yeah.
What she gonna do when she come back to work?
Yeah.
They gonna be talking, baby. They gonna be talking, and that's the problem. She in her hot girl shit. The student in her hot girl shit. They both showing out in front of the damn class. That's just damn ridiculous. And I don't even know what to say. Where was this school, Martin? Where was this
you know
school?
what? Somebody had just sent it to me. I did not do a thorough investigation, so I don't know exactly what happened.
Where was this school?
I have no idea. Don't have me to lie. Now, y'all know I like to tell the truth and shame the devil.
But she showed that little girl learned something that day, didn't she? Said, "Woo, somebody get the teacher. Somebody get the teacher. Woo, somebody help me with the teacher." But she was just talking about on God how she was going to take her son.
Right.
She was going to beat the teacher ass. She was grown as hell. Then she said, woo, somebody. I don't know if it was her or if it was the teacher saying somebody go get another teacher.
That was the teacher.
But I know that shit was a hot mess.
Yeah. Well, I was hoping that, I said, Lord, I think she got thongs on, but I'm hoping that she had some on at least. That didn't like she had nothing on none of that.
She had a bottom on, but that's like Respucia saying she had bottoms on. You can't see it shit.
Right. All her goods was out. Yeah.
Baby, I ain't never wearing a thong to teach no more ever. I don't give a damn if I got pants on. That's the moral of the story for me.
Okay. Thank you. I got to go to my next call. Wow.
Yep.
We're still on the same subject, people. All right. Go ahead. Next caller. Go ahead. 8714. Go ahead. Erica. Yeah. Go ahead, Erica.
Erica.
Yeah,
so so hearing these, I'm glad I got to hear a couple of folks speak first because I like to collect information before I speak. But that video was really disturbing. But we gotta understand something. Let's just make it plain. I'm about to make it plain, Martin. The title for this live is volunteers needed to help with youth who are running amok downtown.
Erica.
If this is the mindset of y'all,
Erica, let's talk about the video. We off there, Erica. Just talk about the video. That's we switching gears now. Gears.
I'm connecting. I'm making a connection here, Martin.
All right, go ahead.
Because what kind of young people do y'all think y'all gonna meet? What kind of young people do y'all think y'all gonna meet out there? Volunteers? The A+ students and the goody two-shoes? No. You're gonna meet ones just like the girl in that video, the little girl in that video. And what we saw, unfortunately, with that teacher is a lack of de-escalation training. She did not know how to de-escalate. I work with youth who are very troubled. I've worked with youth at alternative schools. Trust and believe, I'm human. In our time, it has crossed my mind, baby, okay? But I'm also trained in de-escalation. You cannot get on their level. You are the adult. And so if we're going to be out here in the street, y'all, with kids that are troubled and out here doing destructive things, we cannot have this mindset of blow for blow. We got to have training and understanding of how to de-escalate escalated situations when it comes to younger people and be the adult who can calm it down, who can bring it down, who can rap with them on a human level, who can figure out what is the real, what are you really feeling right now? Do you feel violated?
They
Do
like
you
it
feel
when it's real. Somebody said, where's the caller that's going to keep it real? You missed. Oops, I'm sorry. Let me go on you.
Go ahead, Erica.
Say what you got to say, Marcus. I want to hear it.
Marcus, she said, go ahead and say what you're going to say. Go ahead, Marcus. Marcus.
Yeah, I was reading up comment. Yeah.
What did it say?
You may have heard me. well, somebody was saying that somebody missed Erica, and I hadn't called in yet. So I guess they didn't know I had called in, but I'm here. And if you're listening, the only thing I can say on this video is she hit the teacher. The teacher had the right to defend herself. I just hope the teacher don't get fired. I believe the students should be put out that school and put into some type of special school for their behavior. Like they used to have schools like that here in Chicago. If I'm pronouncing it right, Montefiore on the west side was for kids like that girl. They would take them out of the regular school and put them in a school for kids who did not know how to behave.
Mm-hmm.
It had a bad name to it. But maybe they need to be put in schools like that and walk around with that billboard on them for a minute so that they can think. See, they need to understand their actions. There's consequences for your actions. There's consequences for your actions. So before you do anything, you need to think about the aftermath, what's going to happen, the punishment that's coming at you. It's just like we all get mad. We've all had jobs where we got mad with the supervisor and we wanted to come to work one day and F the supervisor up. But we thought about the consequences before we took those actions. So these kids ain't being taught about their consequences.
Okay.
Okay,
We
so
don't know what happened.
let me respond.
Okay, Erica, go ahead.
Let me respond
I
to
got
what
two
you
more
just said,
callers.
Marcus. Thank
Go
you.
ahead, Erica. Got two more
Yeah.
callers.
Hey,
Go
y'all.
ahead.
Yeah.
All right.
So this is one thing. When you are at your job with your supervisor, that is an adult with an adult. That is not the same thing as a child with an adult. Like I said, it is scientifically proven the adult brain is not fully developed till the age of 25. We are not dealing with fully developed adult brains. These are children. We the adults. So we cannot expect them to have full impulse control and fully understand the consequences of actions. Those are things that happen when your frontal lobe fully develops. They're not there yet, but we supposed to be. So the thing about it is if you look at the video, the teacher took her phone, snatched her phone from her, and the girl didn't hit the teacher. She tried to get her phone back from the teacher, which caused an interaction, a physical interaction of trying to snatch her phone back from the teacher. And the teacher was so determined to keep, the phone or whatever, that it turned into this escalated altercation. When it's up to the adult to determine, is this worth it? It's up to us when we go out there in them streets with these kids to determine, is it worth there being a video on the news of us on the ground beating one of them kids? Is it worth it?
So she should just let her keep her
We're
phone.
the adults. She could have let her keep her phone and brought her to the principal's office. She could have let her keep her phone and then sent her to the principal's office. Instead of getting down on the ground and beating her behind.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because that's an adult decision. That's something that an adult with a fully developed frontal lobe can decide.
Okay.
That this ain't worth it.
Erica, hold up. Let me play the video one more time.
And so we got to think like that, y'all.
I'm going to play the video one more time. This is the last time I'm going to play it for those. I'm not playing it no more, people. All right.
You did not keep nobody else's phone. And you finna give me my shit. And don't touch me. That's on my mom. Don't touch me. Girl, don't touch me. Girl, don't touch me.
Get a t-shirt.
Fuck you. Somebody get a fucking teacher. Get a fucking teacher. Get a fucking fucking teacher. Get a fucking teacher. Get a teacher. Get a teacher. Somebody get a teacher. I don't give a fuck. Get a teacher. 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 Y'all just go sit here and watch. Get a teacher. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Get a teacher. Get the shit.
All right, that's it. I'm not showing it no more. Okay, go ahead, Marcus. I'm not showing it no more. Well,
Martin, that's queen.
Huh?
I mean, I'm sorry. You ever been hit by one of these kids? These kids hit just as hard as an adult, and they will seriously hurt you. And so when they do that, an adult should defend themselves and then march them to the principal's office. Because if that teacher hadn't stood her ground, that whole class would have disrespected that teacher. And I know that if a child do something to you, and I'm talking from experience and working at the park, they hit and run and get away with it. Man, I had a whole gang of them coming up there at West Chatham thinking they was going to disrespect me because one of them hit me and ran and got away with it. These kids hit just as hard as an adult, and they hit to hurt you, seriously hurt you. So you should have the right to defend yourself. The days are gone with just marching them down to the principal's office, and the principal don't do nothing but send them back to class. But a teacher,
It was at Rocky Mountain High School.
It's not going to work all the time. That girl, that's a queen.
Okay.
So I got a comment for that, Martin.
Go ahead, because I got 3 more callers. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then I'm done. So this is the thing. I do work in alternative schools. I've done work in alternative schools, things like that, right? The so-called bad kids. And I start my first class, because we're not even talking about a volunteer going in the street. We're talking about a teacher, yo. This is a teacher. I start my first interaction with that group on some actual emotional, political education on how we communicate our feelings when we're frustrated, when we're mad. And I help give them, because you're supposed to be a teacher. You're supposed to be teaching. And teaching ain't just from a book. Teaching is about meeting them where they are. If you know that these children that you're in front of struggle with communicating their emotions, that should be the first lesson and demonstrate. So it's a reflection of her lack of teaching that class, because that's your job. Your job is to teach them that. So when the student gets frustrated, it's like, okay, you're feeling frustrated right now, aren't you? Yes. Okay, why? Because you took my phone and it belongs to me. So you feel like I took your property. You feel like I took your agency, which is connected to your humanity, and I don't feel good doing it. And here's the thing. Then you connect that to the lesson about how humanity is taken from all of us and how it's me and you, sister. You are a young Black woman and I am an older Black woman. I'm your teacher. If me and you get into this altercation, we have now taken each other's humanity, which is the same thing that has you angry right now. Now let's talk about how that is connected to what we're learning in this class.
Okay.
Here's your phone. Please
Erica.
don't get on it no more. But we want to talk about, like, connect to the subject. Be a teacher, not a WWE wrestler. What the heck?
Yeah. Yeah. Let me just say this.
Or whatever the case. Whatever the case is.
Okay.
Connect it to the lesson. That's
now,
the teacher's job. You're not a wrestler.
I want to just say this. Now, you're right. I'm going to tell you the reason why you're right, what you said. If you want to go by the rules and guidelines of the school policy, you're correct. Now, if you just want to own some street stuff and protect yourself, you got a God-given right to protect yourself, but the consequences may cost you your job. So I understand what you're saying.
And this ain't the streets of the school.
I know it. I just said that. I said according to the school policies.
Exactly. It's like, where can our kids escape the street politics? for 5 seconds. Like, can our children ever escape street politics for 5 freaking seconds?
Right.
Not even in school.
So I was trying to figure out
Stop
who's
bringing street
That's
politics
the
into
environment
all right.
where
But
they're
Erica,
supposed to be
I
exposed
gotta
to something different.
I gotta go somebody. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people behind you. Let you can hold, but I
Okay,
gotta
go
get these
to
people.
your next caller. Thank you, Martin. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay, 7012. Come on, caller. 7012. Caller 7012.
Oh yeah, you know who it is. What's going on, Martin?
What up, man? Live, uncut, unedited. Talk to me.
All right, this is Joseph Williams checking in with you
What's
guys
up?
tonight. Man, not much, man. I'm hearing the discussion, but I really wanted to come on here more than anything because I saw that you guys are inviting the parents out tomorrow to come out. I think is that a press conference? I think.
Yes, it is.
Okay, good. So anyway, you know, a lot of folks have been trying to put together some good things that I think are super dope when they're talking about creating these initiatives to support our youth. But one thing in particular, I wanted to come over here tonight is really invite folks out to a meeting that we're hosting tomorrow. And I think a lot about this because it's really a lot of planning and less sleep that's being put into this. I think we've been to so many meetings before and we've seen so much. And you don't never see an outcome for real come out of this. And I'm hearing a lot of folks talk about the youth. And more than anything, there's no solution put to it, right? Even if you put folks downtown, I think you guys are saying the perfect examples right now of all these different things that can possibly happen, right? How you got to protect yourself, how this got to be that, and that got to be that. But actually putting a plan in place. Like you're not just going downtown, right? What are you going downtown to do? Where are you going to be at when you go downtown? Who are you working with to do this, right? So I think the call that we're doing tomorrow is extremely important and it's very significant because it brings everybody that we possibly can to the table, right? Even the platform you have, this is a platform that's giving voice to people and they're able to call in and weigh in on how they feel about these things and do stuff like that. Your platform's so big, you can even help create even more if you choose to, right? So I think folks like you, anybody that we can, we're trying to bring everybody out to the call. I know we're going to have the city on there. We're going to have the CPD community engagement, a lot of other good folks on there, nonprofits on there, the youth going to be on there, businesses, you name it. We're bringing everybody that we possibly can onto one call to really work on the strategy and to bring solutions to what this is going to look like going forward. Because quiet is kept. The next hot day, we're going to have it happen again, right? Probably so. And what's going to be the plan behind that next hot day? And are we looking for somebody else to plan it this time, or are we going to step up and plan it ourselves? So we're trying something that's a little bit different, but very much solution-based. So we'll love your support. We'll love anybody else's support who would like to be a part of that call and come in and check it out and see what's happening. But I can tell you that we're moving in a way whereas there are going to be multiple layers of protection. I don't think our babies, as they go downtown, and we understand that this is their city just as much as anybody else's, but more than anything, the first encounter shouldn't be police. We should have some youth, some parents, somebody in between that, multiple layers, and we really have to think it out. This ain't gonna be no quick win where we just put some parents some vests on and go say stand on the corner. We ain't doing no safe passage downtown exactly, although that's maybe a good idea to add to it, but it won't look exactly like that, and it won't be that sweet because we're dealing with all different types of children who are coming from different parts that have a lot of stuff that they're going through. You know, when we see these trends, you have children who are coming because of a trend. You got some who are coming down there just because they want to kick it. And you got some who are simply coming because they might just want to see who they going to see that they into it with, or they want to come down there and drink and do some other things, right? And even those ones, we can't count them out. Now, granted, if you got some weapons going on, you might don't need to be out there with them folks, right? But some of these other ones, we still got to direct them to some resources and support services that exist right here where they stay in their neighborhoods. So we got to find a way to look at this on a holistic level and bring all of these things together. We can't just be on the phone just talking all day about what I would do, what I could do, and all this and that stuff. So if people really want to be a part of a movement that's going to really help move this city forward on how we're going to try to support our youth and put them at the front and center of this, then I'll tell you, join that call tomorrow because we're going to need everybody. This ain't going to just be a me thing. This ain't going to be the next person next to me thing. This is going to be something We got to have every entity at the table with what we trying to get ready to do. Because it's going to take everybody. This won't just be a one-person thing.
Joseph.
I think your platform itself even highlights that.
Joseph, let me say something to you, brother. Now, when I came up with the idea, you was on my live and you said that you was going to support me. Now, all of a sudden, I see you trying to do something outside of what I was trying to do. So that's confusion, brother. That's confusion. You know, so I don't like, I don't work with people like that.
Anything different.
But still, Joseph, come on now. Come on, brother.
I think that everybody
come on, brother.
have ideas, right?
No,
listen real quick.
Okay.
Everybody got ideas, right? It's how we gonna put some ideas into place. So for me, I joined your live, you share my comment, and you put up, I literally put a comment like, if anybody want to get in touch on how we can do something, you put the comment up there. Now, I was only on your live for no more than probably a minute, right? But even if you had that idea, we're not each other enemies because we got the same idea.
No, but see,
if anything, we
Jay,
can work together.
Listen, Joseph, hold on, Joseph. That's Joseph. Okay. That's snaky what you did, brother. That's real snaky. That's not right. It's not right.
I don't see, Martin.
I'm just telling you. Yeah, I'm just telling you, brother. That's not right, Joseph. You know that's not right, bro. That's not right. You know what I'm saying? If you talking about want all these people to come together.
Tell me I can't
I didn't say what you can't do.
Martin, if you think that you are the only person in Chicago that got an idea on how we can help our youth right now, that's highly mistaken. And just because somebody got the same idea as you don't mean we got to be enemies.
I didn't say, Joe.
That sounds simply ridiculous right now.
Joe, so
you
don't.
If you had the opportunity right now, what would you go downtown and do if you was gonna solve the problem? What would be any piece of a solution right now? Your platform is to highlight things and to bring situations to the forefront. I've never seen your platform go into anything different than that to say, I'm going to organize a group of people to go do this and that. Everybody, it's different things for different people. We can have the same ideas and still get to the same solution.
Joseph,
you make it seem like somebody has to look at what you said.
Joseph,
and I'll be quite honest
Joseph,
about it.
You can't overtalk me, Joseph.
Martin,
I'm not gonna let you, Joseph. I'm not gonna let you overtalk me on here, brother. You know what I'm talking about. So let's quit playing this game. Now, if you calling community activists, business people, all that, well, what do you consider me? What do you consider me? You didn't reach out to me, Joseph. You did not.
That already,
Joseph,
man.
hold on.
What's the point of trying to act like it's a difference here or like we into it?
No, it ain't matter into it. Listen, that's why these activists, everybody got their own platform, and that's why they can't get along. Every one of these activists out here, I have followed them, I have supported them, never charged them anything. Never. That's why we can't get along, because a lot of us out here chasing money. We don't care nothing about the people we serving. Not calling you that, so don't get me wrong. We don't care. We see it all the time, Joseph.
Have you ever seen Joe with this?
We see it. We see it, brother. That's all I'm saying, brother.
Speaking for Joseph Williams,
listen, I don't move like that, Joseph. I'm a straight up and down person. If I don't like you, I tell you I don't like. I'm not gonna work with you. Now, I'm not gonna bash you publicly or not, like I'm just speaking in general, but I'm not gonna play these little girly games, brother, with these activists out here. I'm not gonna do it. I'm real. I'm straight up. Everybody know my reputation and what I stand for. I'm for Black people. That's what I'm for. And I'm out here to help my brothers and sisters. There's nothing in this for me. It's not monetary gain or nothing. That's how I get down, brother. That's how I get down. And you know how I get down.
Mark, it's the same thing with me, and you know exactly how I move too. It ain't never been nothing different. You know exactly how Joseph Williams moved. But with that being said, at the end of the day, that door is still open, and I still want to collaborate with you. And when we talk about men and all of those things, I've called you at least twice now. You can easily pick up that phone and call me up and say, Joe, hey man, you got an idea, I had an idea, I don't like how you're moving with your idea, whatever that takes. Let's do that sometime. And at the end of the day, I still want you to be at this table, because I'm still not saying this is a Joe thing.
I'm going to tell you, Joseph, I'm going to keep it 100, Joseph. Joseph, I'm going to tell you 100 in front of the whole world. I would never work with you just because of this. I'm just being honest with you. Listen, and I'm not saying I won't speak to you, shake hands with you, but I would never work with you, brother. You on that list of mine. Just because
Well,
of this.
look,
I don't like the way you operated,
Martin,
brother.
that's
And I
perfectly
don't get
fine
down
with
like
me.
that.
Look,
It's
look,
nothing
look.
personal.
Well,
It's
look,
nothing personal. It's nothing personal.
I
I don't
I
hate you.
still got love for you, but
You
when
should.
you all done with this, you gotta really explain how somebody stole an ideal of yours and how you upset about that, because that what you saying don't make sense. I literally was on a call with another young lady who had the same idea, and I went on that call and supported her. So what you saying just sounds like some typical black oppression against
Joseph,
each other things.
Joseph, do you want me to pull up your
you got to be at the forefront.
Joe,
so when you don't
hold on.
somebody,
First of all, Joe. First of all, Joseph. First of all, anybody know me? I'm never in the forefront. That ain't what I do. First of all, okay. I had a meet and greet. Erica was spearing that. I put my name on it. I was in the background. You ain't never know me had to be in the forefront of nothing, brother. You can't give me one event that you ever know that I was on. Talk to me, brother. Come on. Listen, that's my track record, brother. My track record speaks for itself. That's all I'm saying, Joseph. I ain't got to lie about nothing, brother.
Mark, I've agreed with you and your track record already, though. All I'm saying is that if we gonna ever get anywhere as people, bro, we can't keep on taking this. This is, come on, man.
No, brother.
What you saying right now, you got in front of all these people. You saying that because I got the same idea as all of those people in Chicago got on how we can fix something.
Listen.
You saying that because it's supposed to come from you because you got
Joseph,
a platform, right?
Hey, Joseph.
Joe could be coming off a plane and had this in his head already, right?
Joseph, let me say this, brother.
Martin.
Joseph,
and when you say
you want me to pull up your comment? Joseph, do you want me to pull up your comment? I could pull up your comment. I'll pull up the comment. Let me pull up your comment, bro. What you said on my live.
It is to pull a comment up.
Right.
I think that's the best bet.
Right. Just pull a comment up what you said.
Because I think when you do that, you probably need to apologize.
No, I ain't not apologize. Joe, you told me on your own self that you're just gonna work with me. That's what you said. How you gonna work with me? You never called me. You made that post until then, it got back to me. Somebody made a comment. That's why you did. So that wasn't right, Joseph. You know that.
Mark,
now you talk about togetherness.
Ain't nobody said nothing different. Did you read the comment on the post too?
Right.
The comment on the post said, "I want to work with Martin G." What are you talking about? Everything goes back to working with you. Nothing says that I'm trying to do this by myself.
Joe, listen. If you wanted to work with me, you'd have acknowledged me before you made your post. Come on now, Joseph. Let's keep it 100.
Amen.
Martin.
Come on now, Joseph. Let's keep it real, brother. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. Now, I'm not trying to embarrass you.
Do I tell you how you should make your post? Do I tell you how you should make your post and how you need to talk to me first before you make a post?
Joseph, now we agree that you said you're going to support me. Well, us. Oh, that's what we did, Joe. Okay, that's all I'm saying, Joseph. But you know what? It's cool. I spoke my piece. I ain't mad at you.
I'm just trying to see why the support is not there.
It's Joseph.
Are you upset because I put a post out?
I just told you, Joseph. I just told you, Joseph. I could never work with you, brother. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just being honest with you. I ain't gonna listen. I don't phony kick it.
That's perfectly fine with me.
Listen, I don't phony kick, Joe.
You gotta tell the people why. You can't say that that's some slick this. Man, you gotta say because we had the same idea.
No, we didn't have the same idea. We never had the same idea. You didn't have that idea, Joseph. Joseph, you didn't have that idea, Joseph. Come on now.
Martin, a million people in Chicago have that idea because a lot of people want to fix it.
Joseph, I'm talking about Joseph Williams.
That idea.
I'm talking about Joseph Williams.
Say that they can't think because you saying it, so now they can't have any ideas? That's nothing.
I'm not talking about people.
Everybody don't work with each other in the city of Chicago.
Joseph
One
Williams.
thing that's significant about what I can do is I can bring everybody to the table.
Joseph, trust me. My platform is way more powerful than yours, brother. Trust me. My reach is deep. It's deeper than yours.
This ain't no competition.
I know it ain't. It ain't. It's not. It's not. I don't listen. I don't get out here and do what you do.
On the side of the people. You've seen my work. You've been with me in many arenas. You know exactly what I do and what I stand for. It ain't never been nothing different. Now, you upset about me making a damn comment. You could have called me about that like men would usually do. I know I reached out to you twice already. And I still want you to show my comment that I put on the Facebook so everybody can see it. Because I think you're misunderstanding something. I'm
done with it, Joseph. I'm done with it, bro. I spoke my piece.
Show the comment, Martin. That's all I asked you to do.
It still stand, brother. It still stand. It still stand. You know what I'm
And
saying?
it's still gonna be love on my
Right,
end, but you
same
show
way
that
with me.
comment too.
I ain't never disrespect you. I ain't never disrespect you. I've always
And I would
supported
never
you.
disrespect
I
you.
always supported everything you've done, videoed it and everything. You know, hey, you blessed me a couple of times and I appreciate it, but it'd never happen again. That's all I'm saying. It'd never happen
It's
again.
always gonna be love for me. I don't got nothing different.
Okay. Same way with me. It's love with me, brother. I
Well,
don't hate
look,
no black man
You have a good
at all.
night. I just had to call.
Okay.
And
All right.
look,
Appreciate you.
yes, sir. Thank you, man.
All right. All right. I'm sorry, people, but I had to get it straight because this is a new year and this is a new me. I'm not taking no stuff off nobody. Nobody. I'm going to keep it 100. If I'm with you, I'm with you. If I ain't, I'm going to let you know. And I'm going to let you know why. That's how I get out, people.
Martin.
That's all. I'm not trying to badmouth my man, but I don't play games like that. I'm out here. I'm for real, people. I'm helping black people. That's all I'm about. I'm not about no grants. I'm not about no money. I get my own money, people. Trust me. I know how these activists get down. I've been following them for 5 and 6 years. I got documentation on every last one of them. I know what they do. And I'm not finna play that game with them. I'm not finna play it.
Come on, Mark.
It's a new day. It's a new day. It's a new day, people.
Come on, Mark.
That crime chaser guy that y'all know, I'm different now. I'm speaking now. I'm speaking my mind. If you're not standing with the people, I'm not standing with you. Simple as that. I'm going to love you. I'm going to love you from a distance.
Come on now.
Simple as that. That's what I'm standing for, people. That's it. That's it.
Come on.
I ain't looking for y'all to fill my pockets at all. Don't want nothing from you, but hey, listen, just pray for me. That's it. That's all what it's about. Trust me.
Come on now.
Because if God give me health and strength, I can go out there and get some money, and I ain't got to scam my brothers and sisters. Not saying that Brother Joseph doing that, so don't get me wrong. So I don't want y'all to say that. I'm just speaking for myself. So I keep it 100. I don't play games, people. I'm a loyal type brother. If I allow you in my circle, I'm a loyal to you. Trust me. Even when you're wrong, I might not bust you out, but I pull you. But hey, man, you know you was wrong on that. And that's a real friend. You know, and you're going to come on my platform and tell us about some call. Come on now, bro. Come on. You talking about unity.
On the same day.
Yeah, you talking, listen, you preaching unity, but you practicing division. That's what you're doing. We can't do that, people.
Now.
We cannot do that. Our people is in trouble. I've been working with young people. I'm concerned about the health and welfare of the black man and the black woman. I don't enjoy seeing black people killing and shooting each other. I don't get no joy out of that, people. I don't get no joy out of it. I'm not chasing grants. I'm not chasing donations. I'm speaking about Martin Johnson. That's what I stand for. Now, do I take donations?
You ain't got to chase them. They going to come to you.
They always do. They always do. But I got to tell the truth and shame the devil. And if I'm wrong, God forgive me.
And that was wrong for what that brother did.
Yeah, and he know it. He know it.
No, you're not wrong, Mark. No, you're not wrong. He's trying to undercut you on the same day.
Yeah. But that's okay. I mean, you know, it's okay.
On the same day, he can do what he want to do, but not on the same day. Bring your people where you at.
Yeah.
And do what you going to do on another day. Not on the same day, brother.
Marcus,
come on now.
Who's that talking? Marcus?
Whatever
no,
your heart
this is the lady from Naperville.
Okay, hold on, miss. Mark, go ahead, Marcus. Go ahead.
I'm speaking as a friend and I'm speaking as a minister. Whatever your heart tells you to do not feel guilty in doing it. You felt that you had to say that at this moment in time, and you did right by saying that. And my question to Joseph is, I plan something on the same day that you all plan to press come.
Yes.
That takes the news away from the event that's planned tomorrow. Why not
politics?
Met with you and said, well, we all got the same idea. Let's work together to make this work. We're going to support the press. We're going to support what you're doing first, and we all going to work together, because we're all doing what? We're all trying to stop these kids from going into a shooting gallery. Eventually, the police is going to start shooting some of them down there, coming down there, right? So we're trying to save these kids. That's what it's all about. We're trying to save Black Chicago. I mean, the truth be told, we're trying to save our people. And we got a lot of unsung heroes that will never make the front page of the newspaper. But again, Joseph, my question to you is, why have something on the day of this press conference? That's
called the ops move.
Let Joseph be an example of what not to do.
All these Black candidates running for mayor as one.
And I don't normally get into nothing. Just saying that is taking away. That will take Joseph. The media is going to follow you as well as follow Martin. But because you have that Fathers Club, they're going to follow you. So you're taking the media away from what's about to take place at this church. It is being planned out. It has been thought out. And a lot of people want to hit the streets to talk to these youth. And maybe they need to hear from other people. They need to hear from different people. They need to hear from people that they don't see on the news. They need to hear from people that's not at these mega churches. They need to hear from people like me, Martin, and the lady from Naperville, and whoever else is on this live, and those that are writing comments. They need to hear from you all. Some of you all writing comments have given up on these kids. Don't give up on these kids, because you're going to give up on the future. It may be something that you say to them that will make them put their gun down. You'll be surprised. Joseph, I have to say that I'm concerned that you plan your thing on the day that somebody else, like Martin, had his event planned.
That's right.
I think that's wrong. I mean, I'm going to say it like it is. That's wrong. You're taking it away. Why not join with him and be a part of that press conference?
Come on, Marcus.
We all on one accord. We all trying to save Chicago. Because it's Black that's being pushed out this city. And this is really a strike against the new mayor. We don't know who's got these kids out here. I'm going to just tread water by saying there were adults that got locked up down there. A few juveniles, but mostly adults. So why would adults be out there with teenagers? Who's
exactly.
Really?
That's what I was asking Martin earlier. Who's persuading these youth to go about and do what they're doing? How do we know they're not being misled by a bad thinking adult? Who's in opposition for Brandon being in office and trying to show early that, hey, this guy says he wants to defund the police, and look at this happening already. We never know about the powers that be. We have COINTELPRO from the federal level. That's still going on. And so you do have people that will do this.
No disrespect, but the federal government.
They stand fast, Mark. They stand fast.
I'm good, people. I smoke. Listen, let me say this. I'm free. Y'all don't have to worry about me. I'm good.
Fast,
Listen. Anybody know me, I've been the same since they met me. I never changed. I've always stayed hot. I never cooled off. I'm consistent what I'm doing. You never know me to take money from people. You never know me to be bashing people and all. Y'all, that's not my character. I love being Black. That's who I am. You know, I don't have a history of snaking people. No, but listen. I don't even talk to cameras like that. Y'all know that. You barely even see me in the cameras. I'm concerned about our young people. I'm the crime chaser.
You're holding the camera.
This is what I do. I'm concerned. Trust me. This is what listen, I'm in this for real.
It's horrible. It's horrible, Mark.
I have you and get money and then end up with a big bus or any of these other things that some of these activists have ended up with, Martin. So you're good with me because I see how you roll, but I see how other activists, as you say, have made money off of the pain of the people and sat in their pockets and moved forward in political positions and starting to play this game. But you still have to be cautious, even though you're doing a good thing. Because of that, especially because of that, not even so much as the youth, but because of the powers that be that hate what you're doing. You have to make sure that you vet the children that are part of the program. They're going to try and make you liable for whatever goes on, so make sure that your people that enjoy your program are easily identifiable to other people and that the rules are set down and that you have as much parental information and permission as possible. And please have Mr. Walker spend money on a liability insurance in case anything goes left, so that the organization or what you're trying to do is covered, so that if you can pay a small deductible and have $10 million in insurance and say, oh, I didn't know this was going to go wrong. Here you go. I'm not coming in support on this. We were out here to do for the betterment of the people. We got insurance to be covered. This is what it is, because you have to be careful, again, of the powers that be that will sit here and do malicious things like say they seen a young lady walk into a freezer and all of these different things that they do when they're met with money and with other positions of power. You have to be cautious of that. Just like you got that call from that young man who baited you into this whole big debacle of this argument. That was a bait call. And so be cautious, because there will be more baits to come and bigger snares to come, but you have God for you, so you will be able to accomplish it.
Okay. All right, go ahead,
Can
Erica.
I say something?
Absolutely, sister.
And I want to...
Go ahead. Okay, let 217, then I'm going to let Erica. 217.
Okay, yes.
217. Go ahead. Then I'm going to let Erica go. Go ahead.
Okay, hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Erica. Hey, Martin. This is Monique.
Hey.
I have a question. You know, I'm real.
Right.
How are you guys planning to help the youth if you guys are not able to get along?
Monique, listen, let me tell you something. And I want you to hear me well. I don't work with everybody. I'm not unified with everybody. I'm just telling you just that. I'll never get along with all these apps. So
what I mean is,
listen, Monique, Monique, first of all, let me just say something. Let me just say something to you. Once you get it right, don't group me in with these people. You learn me personally. I'm totally different from a lot of these activists. They don't care nothing about the black race. I'm pro-black. That's what I'm all about.
I understand that, Martin.
So
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand it, but an outsider looking in, Martin, if you already know that they do it for the money, this, that, and the third, we don't have to keep this every night. If whoever, this is your show, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. You know, I'm not coming like that. But my thing is, let's stop talking about what the next man isn't doing and this and that, and listen and hear people out what they have to say. If you all can't hear each other out and be respectful, how are you expecting to work with you?
All right. Well, listen, let me just say something.
Monique,
listen, Monique, listen. I don't work with a lot of them and don't like them. I'm going to tell you, because they're not for the race. Because a person say they something, that don't mean they are. Listen, you've seen it in this election. You've seen these people. Listen, when people show you who they are, believe them. You ain't got but one time to show me who you are, not twice. One time, I'm gonna check that. We done. I'm not playing with these people. This is real. My life is on the line too much to be playing snaky games.
It.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. I
respect that, Martin.
So that's my point. I don't rock with everybody. I'm gonna be honest with you. Some folks I'm not gonna stand with. I'm not gonna lock arms with, because they are no good. I'm not gonna do it, Monique. I don't care how good it is. There's a fake unity, there's a false unity, and there's a real unity. And I'm standing with real unity. If they ain't about the business of black people, I'm not standing with them. I know how it is. I seen it, Monique.
I understand that.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I understand that, Martin. Okay, well, okay. Let's get past that. You don't want to work with them or do nothing with them. Okay.
I just told him. It's nothing clear. I just told him.
Okay, I understand that, but okay, I understand that, Martin. But I'm trying to say is, again, with the listening thing, I find that to be a problem with every last one of you all. When somebody don't agree, you guys don't want to talk no more. So what if you go out there, when you go out there and help the youth, and they say something you don't like?
Monique,
how are you going to answer that?
you didn't listen. You didn't listen. I never said I didn't want to talk to him. I said, I'll speak to you, brother, but I won't work with you. You should have listened. So you heard what you want to hear. You need to go back and listen again. I didn't never say that I wasn't going to speak to the brother. I did not say that. It's documented. You can go right back in his live when I was talking to him, what I said. So you didn't listen. I didn't say that I wasn't going to speak to him. I said, you all right with me, but we can't work together. That's it. That's just like a husband and wife. You forgive your wife, but guess what? It ain't gonna never be the same again.
Yeah. I think I was saying, Martin, more so listening. If you guys don't listen, this is what I'm finding out from watching all of you guys live. I'm being real. You know, I'm not coming crazy. I'm not coming to be like that. I listen and watch all you guys live. Yeah, when somebody don't agree with y'all, you get mad, cut them off, hang up on them.
Listen,
how are you going to help the youth?
Let me say something. Monique, and I'm gonna ask you a question.
I don't see it that
what platform can you go on? Tyrone, Jamal, Joseph, what platform can you go on and speak your mind besides this one?
None.
All right then.
Mine. You can go on different platforms. I just don't call in.
Come on now.
I'm just not totally with.
Name me one.
How they do in
name me one. Name me one, Monique. Name me one who you can go platform you can speak on.
You can go on Tyrone. Okay, you know I'm gonna name. You can go on Tyrone's platform and talk to him. You can even talk to Jamal. But if you're not saying what they don't want to hear, just like you too, Martin, y'all don't want to talk to him.
Listen, Monique.
So how you gonna
do me a favor. Do me a favor, Monique.
Do
me a favor. You need to listen real quick.
And let me say this to Nathan. Ain't nobody telling Martin what to do, bro.
She can't tell me what to do. I'm a man. You looking at a real man right here. This ain't no punk.
You just have a proper dialogue.
Right. You know what I'm just saying? So listen, I don't get along with everybody, and I ain't gonna get along with it. The period. Because we ain't on the same mission. If we ain't on the same mission, there's no need to sit down eating dinner and all. I'm not doing that at all. I'm not doing it. Do I hate you? No, I ain't got no hate in my heart against nobody, but I'm not finna work with these slick and deceitful people. That's just not me. I'm too loyal. And I'm not gonna put myself out there like that and be on somebody's program and I know they don't mean me no good. I'm not gonna do it. Them days are over with. I'm not doing that no more. Yeah. I'm a man. And I let people that I don't know call in on my show and talk. Them guys don't let you call on their show. You can type in the messenger. Who got an open phone line? I do. I don't know what y'all gonna say. You can call me and cuss me out. I don't know. And guess what? I tell you, listen, you ain't got to agree with me. Just don't disrespect me. Now, if you getting on here and calling me a clown and all that, I got to get rid of you. Now, if you ain't call me out my name.
But Martin,
Monique, I'm done talking to you. Okay?
Yeah, you got.
Have a nice day.
All right, have a good night.
All right. Go ahead, Erica. Go ahead.
So, I got something to say, Martin. I got something to say. And I just want to ask before I say this. Last night, I said something that was very mistakenly prophetic about what's going on right now. And you tried to cut me off because you was like, Erica, where you going with this? I just ask that you don't cut me off this time because I got something to say.
You got to get to the point, Erica. You just, okay.
Okay, I'm going to get to the point.
Okay.
So here's the thing. Listen, please listen. So, I'm a middle child, y'all, and they say middle children have the ability to see both sides. I got something to say to both sides tonight. Let me start with the activists and what Martin is talking about.
and I'm gonna tell the truth and shame
You
them.
better.
Okay.
You better.
So there was a time when I was on social media, which I know they watch. I know they look at my posts. I know we're friends. And I was talking about like using comedy for organizing, because I like to make jokes and crack jokes on Facebook and all of that. But somebody told me I should do stand-up and do all that. So I was like, you know what? That's a great idea. So I actually started trying to organize comedians that are conscious, to see how we could bring that into the fold to actually bring people in through comedy. And I was like bigging it up. I was promoting it. I was doing organizing around it. And then the next thing I knew, Joseph's organization and some other folks came out with a comedy show for a fundraiser. Now,
Look at that.
I have no actual proof that they got that idea for me, but I just know they was never talking about using comedy before that. But I know a bunch of people started calling me and saying, yo, they took your idea. Yo, people was calling me, texting me, messaging me. But here's what I want to say. How I responded to that, which may be true, and only God knows. God knows the truth. God knows if Joseph saw my posts about using comedy and decided to make that his thing. But the point is that I still reached out to Joseph. I still said, hey, how can I help you? How can I come to you? Because the thing is that just because somebody didn't give me that courtesy of like, hey, sis, you know what? I want to reach out to you because you really inspired me to do this. And I want to connect you, right? And they didn't do that. But I'm going to do that, And so the thing that I noticed, what I said the other night, if y'all was on the call the other night, the show the other night, I said capitalism creates a sense of competition. And if we are not aware of how that works, we will end up bringing that into our movement and competing with each other.
Who's competing?
Position, which is what Monique
Erica,
was talking about.
Who's competing? I don't compete.
So,
Erica, who's competing? Who's competing? Listen, nobody is doing what I'm doing, Erica. You know what I'm saying? I'm the crime chaser. I got a live podcast here. They're not doing what I'm doing. I don't compete against them guys. Listen, listen. You listen.
No, I'm not talking about.
But period.
I'm not talking about you, Martin. I'm not talking about you necessarily. I'm not talking about you out here actively competing. Same thing with me. When I put that stuff out about the comedy stuff, I wasn't trying to compete with nobody. I put out a good idea, but a capitalist mindset says, "Ooh, that's a good idea. Let me take it. Let me capitalize on it."
Which is the same thing Joseph was trying to do.
Yeah. So it's not about me, like you, Martin, or me, who from the genuineness of our heart, because we're not in this for money. We're not in this for grants. We're not in this for FaceTime. We're in this because we genuinely care about our people. We put out good ideas. We do. Because we're not thinking about how we can make money off of it or how we can get a grant off of it. But the capitalist mindset sees the idea and sees an opportunity. And so what we end up facing, and then of course, because we're human and because we give a damn about what we do, we see that happen and we rise up. We're like, hold on a minute, that was my idea, right? And I'm just trying to say that the difference that I have decided to practice is that because there's never any real proof, right? They could deny it all day that, oh, we didn't get that idea from you, whatever. Like I said, only God knows. But I still decided to take the alternate, and this is where I'm going to speak to your side, Martin, because we can either, as the people that are genuine, who our hearts are in the right place, we put these ideas out because we give a damn, we're not looking for nothing. And we have every right to rise up when we know our ideas have been stolen. But we have a choice to say, I'm going to do the opposite of what the capitalist mindset does. And I am now going to reach out to those that are trying to quote unquote do something to figure out how we can work together, which is what Monique was saying.
I'm not working with these devils.
Can't figure that out.
I'm not working with these devils. I'm not. Listen, listen.
And I'm not
Let me
saying
stop
work
you.
with
Hold
everybody,
on,
Martin,
Erica.
some people,
You're not, Erica.
people
Stop
you
it.
don't need to work with.
Stop it, Erica. I'm not working with these devils. I'm telling you, I need a bunch of fresh people with like-minded to get some things done. Hold on, sister.
Yes.
Hold on.
Yes.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm on. I'm not trying to work with these old coons and snakes and alligators and crocodiles. I'm not working with them. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There are people out there that's like-minded me, and those are who I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the people.
And I feel you.
Hold on, sister. Let me talk.
I'm trying to tell you,
No. You taking too long. Get to the point, baby. You got to get to the point with me. It's, we've been dragging this on too long. You got to get to the point. Get to the point. Come on, Erica. Get to the point. Go ahead. Get to the point. You're a smart woman.
I'm getting to the point. So the point is, yes, this is the point, Martin. The point is this, is that do good to those who harm you. Do good. What does scripture say? Do good to those who deceitfully use you. I'm tired of scripture being quoted when we want to quote it, but that's a scripture. Do good to those who deceitfully use you.
The scriptures say an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth too. That's a scripture too.
No, that's in the
But then we all gonna be blind, and we all gonna be
scripture
blind.
also says that God will prepare a table in front of your enemies too. That's scripture too.
It is, and I agree, but I do not believe
the word of God. Don't do that.
I do not believe
it's scripture too that your enemy will be your footstool. That's scripture too.
All right, y'all.
Listen to what I'm saying.
No,
let me tell you.
It's done, Erica.
Listen, let me just say this, Martin. Let me just say this, Martin.
No, I'll let you say enough. That's it. Let's get back on the subject. Let's wheel it back to this teacher. I'm tired of talking about this. I'm done with it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm done. Y'all stay on the line. You ain't got to hang up.
Yeah.
Let's get back to this subject. We didn't dedicate the last 30 minutes to this junk. It's junk. I'm done with it. I spoke my piece. It is what it is.
You did not keep nobody else's phone. And you finna give me my shit. Don't touch me. That's on my mom.
Don't touch me. Girl, don't touch me. Girl, don't touch me.
Get a t-shirt.
Somebody get a fucking teacher. Get a fucking teacher. Get a fucking teacher. Get a fucking teacher. Get a teacher. Get a teacher. Somebody get a teacher. I don't give a fuck. Get out. Get a teacher. 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 Y'all go sit here and watch. Get a teacher. What is wrong with y'all? Get a teacher. Get the
Y'all forgive me for laughing, though. But you know what, people? This is a sad situation, people. It's so sad, And like Erica was saying the other day, according to school policy, she probably will be fired if they haven't fired already, because she is a mature adult. She have to know how to de-escalate. I'm not saying that she's not supposed to protect herself at all. Now, what it shouldn't have been, she shouldn't have swung on the student. You grab the student and you hold the student and try to restrain the student. But she did, the one thing the teacher did do correctly, and she told the other students to go get a teacher. That was her screaming at. But it's two wrongs, people. There's no winners at this, though. It's embarrassing. Her butt is hanging out. It's embarrassing for the student because she's talking about, oh God. It's terrible. It's not a good look for the school. It's going viral.
Teacher is a substitute. They say she's a sub.
Oh, okay.
It was a substitute teacher at Rocky Mountain High School.
Oh,
and
wow.
she took all the students' phones. She just didn't take that one girl's phone.
Right.
She took all the students' phones.
Whoa.
She didn't give that girl her phone. She didn't get that girl her phone back fast enough as far as that girl was concerned, but she took all the students' phones.
Mm-hmm.
And since the teacher didn't return her phone fast enough, then she want to act bad. Like, oh, you going to give me my phone. You going to give me my phone. But everybody's phone was taken and everybody's phone was given back. But her phone wasn't given back fast enough.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to do once the person is thinking and ready to fight. Yeah. That's beyond repair at that particular point. What do you do? She already made up in her mind. She said on God and her mama, she was going to get the phone from that lady.
Oh, okay.
And her little ass would have been choked out.
Yeah, but that, listen, y'all can't, let me just say this.
And she basically was, and that's the only harmful part, like that at home.
Hold it for a minute. Now, if you follow the school guidelines, you can't hit no student. Now we know that. That's out of line. And the teacher is supposed to be.
If they hit you, can.
In Georgia, they can. In certain states, you can still work students, but all outside, I don't know.
Defend yourself.
But anywhere you can defend yourself. That student swung on her. You can defend yourself anywhere.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Yeah, I believe even if the teacher did not defend herself, they would still fire her. What you guys think?
Well, if hold on.
Even if the teacher would have let the girl beat her up or whatever, they
I'm
would
gonna
have
tell
still
you
fired
this.
that teacher.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If I was a principal, she'll be fired because she's gonna be seriously. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying she would be fired if I was a principal, because she is the adult in this situation right now. She's supposed to try to de-escalate it, but it just like she seemed like the teacher was almost aggressive to me. But she would be fired because she would be a liability. You cannot hit students. That's the money. They are the money. I hate to say it like that.
That's if you was the principal. But what if you was the teacher, Margie?
Right.
What if you was the teacher, Margie?
I might have did what she did. I might have did. I ain't gonna lie to you. I might, because that black power in me probably would have, hey, now I ain't gonna take this whooping, but it is what it is. It depends on what move I am. Yeah. All right. Let's get some of these new people in. I got a lot of new people in here. I see 7803. Come on, 7803. Did you say anything, 7803?
Hello, how you doing?
All right, good. Go ahead.
So I was wondering. I see that you like really helping out the youth and things like that. I was one of the victims of the 31st Street Beach situation. One of my Tesla got destroyed there. So and the Tesla my Tesla got destroyed by the youth. The people that destroyed it was the youth.
Okay. Would they set it on fire? What did they do to it?
For me, for mine, they just kind of jumped on it, destroyed it basically.
Okay.
And so for me, it's like, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I need you to turn your Facebook down. Turn it all the way down, bro, because you got an echo. It's a delay.
Okay.
Then you can talk to me. All right, now come on, talk. For you, you want to? I'm sorry that it happened to you. Go ahead. I'm hearing you now. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
So I do believe that the youth is angry, and it's like the places that they going to destroy property and things like that are nice areas. Now I wouldn't say that the areas that they live in is not nice, because I'm from the west side of Chicago. I understand, but when you come into this area where I'm at living now, where I worked hard at, and destroy, the property, destroy our cars and things like that, I feel some type of way, and I lost property at during the 31st Street Beach accident, and at first I didn't know like how to think about it. At first I'm like, man, I have pure hate in my heart as far as that, but I had to really think about it. Like, okay, what is the reason why this happened, and what's the reason why they decided to want to destroy a nice area and destroy nice cars? Maybe because that's something that they're not used to. And I don't know what it is, because I know when I was growing up on the west side, we didn't have those type of cars around. We didn't have these nice buildings and things like that. So yeah, let's go into a nice neighborhood and destroy everything because we don't have it. And so yeah, I was really angry about the situation, and I felt some type of way. But I had to get into realization, like, why did they feel that way? But I was one of the victims there that night.
Wow. And did you when they
Look,
when
something is happening downtown.
right?
That a
Let
lot
me
of
ask you.
people don't
Hold
know
on,
what's
sister.
going on downtown.
Sister, this is what I'm gonna need. This is what I need. Hold on. I don't need nobody to talk out of turn. I'm talking to one person right now. I'll get the rest of you. I'm talking to the victim.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, somebody need to put their phone on mute. I hear echo. All right, thank y'all. All right, listen, my brother, did you get a chance to talk to any one of them youth after that happened? Anything? Did they threaten you? Somebody got
I completely lost it, which I shouldn't have blew my cool. I'm 32 years old.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say I'm old. I'm an older guy.
Okay.
I'm 32 years old, and so I do have a son that's 15 though.
Mm-hmm.
I had him when I was young, so my son is also part of Generation Z. And so I seen people that was in high school like him out there. And it was like, okay, can I get mad at these kids for being out here, or should I blame their parents for having them out here without any supervision? And so the Tesla that I had, it probably was like a $70,000 car. It's total. I'm talking about gone. And so it's like, okay, so what can I get out of this situation? Because I felt very angry that night that it happened, but I'm like, man, like, how should I really feel? Because I mean, these people look like me. And that's why I was really like kind of confused about, but I mean, that's why I'm on the line right now, just trying to really figure out like what's really going on, like in the city. Like I said, you do really good work. I follow your page, but I was a victim that night. So it hit home that night for me.
Well, what you doing tomorrow? You need to come and stand with me. Maybe we let you talk.
I'm not doing anything tomorrow.
Okay. Well, look on my page. I'll be at Sweet Holy Spirit Church. That's on the south side of Chicago. It's on my page. Is the address. We'll be going. We'll be having a press conference about some things like that, and maybe your story need to get out. It definitely need to get out. And I ain't gonna lie to you, brother. I probably would have been swinging.
For sure.
Go ahead.
I was.
I ain't gonna lie. I'd have been swinging. I'm just telling the truth. Confused. I've been knocking people out and been doing. I'm telling you. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Listen. I'm not gonna lie. I got to tell the truth and shame the devil. I'm telling you, man. And that's terrible. And that's why I'm saying, brother, we got to get out here and reach these young folks. All this talking. And I'm gonna tell y'all that. Let me say this. Some of these activists out here too, they ain't gonna make no move until they get some money in their pocket. If they don't get no money, they ain't gonna make no move. I'm telling you. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you.
Like the pastor.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. Y'all know I'm gonna tell the truth and shame the devil. I'm telling you. One thing about this, I'm not selfish or nothing. I don't mind sharing the spotlight. I share my platform with everyday walking people. I don't know y'all from a can of paint. Y'all don't know me. I don't know y'all I ain't never seen none of some of y'all. Never had a conversation with you. Some of you guys I have. You know, you just pop out of blue. If I like you, I like you, you know. If I don't, I'm not gonna play no games. I keep it 100. I love black people. I love being black, I tell you. Listen, I ain't perfect either, but I ain't no punk either. I ain't no punk either. You know, I tell you that much. So, hey, brother, won't you, matter of fact, it's on my page, the address tomorrow and the time and everything. You can see it out. And just text me, inbox me your name and everything. Do that for me. 78.
Okay, I'll inbox you my name and my information, and then we get into it tomorrow.
Okay, cool. That's cool. You can hang up now. I'm gonna get some of these people. Okay. All right. Let me get some of these people off.
All right.
Some of these people that have been on here for a long time. Okay. Let me see who I haven't heard from. Okay. Now, what about
9031?
Okay, go ahead, 9031. You're right. Look at that. I think that's Renee. Ain't it? Hello, go ahead.
Hi, Mark. It's Renee.
Oh, yes,
Renee
it is. I know
Jackson
Renee.
calling.
Hey, Renee, how you doing? Good.
Good. How about you?
Oh, I'm still living. I'm happy to be living in the land of the living. I tell you.
Good. Same here. Every day is a great day, is what I say.
Yes.
So your platform tonight is about what people, parents and friends and business leaders can do about the teenagers, unsupervised teenagers. Is that correct? Because I was crossover between
we
video
had two, actually,
and I came in late. And I just want to make sure I understand the platform.
Okay, Renee. Actually, we had two things. We talked about the press conference earlier today. What was going on? Then we talked about the young people. Then we had another person that was on my live the other day. He came in and shared the same idea on his platform that he agreed to work with me, but he decided he wanted to do his own thing. So he came over here. So that was a disruption. And I wouldn't say a disruption, but then we showed a student fighting a teacher. So we had like two subjects. We were on like three things. So whatever you want to say, it's okay, Renee.
Okay.
Whatever God put on your heart, say it.
This is what I like to say about the unsupervised teenagers / adults
go
this
ahead.
past weekend.
Go ahead.
And I've heard this on a number of other number of platforms. People write in about it, or they call, or if they're videotaping things, they make these comments. First and foremost, I want people to understand that when you are working with underage teenagers, there's a background check that people need to go through. Parents or those who have custody of those children need to make sure that they're not leaving their children with someone who is a sexual predator or has a background that shouldn't be around children. So when people say we need to help our youth, or we need to do this, or we need to be more involved, I have yet to hear anyone talk about what people who are going to help, which I would love to help, need to go through to make sure that they have background clearance. Okay? Because I wouldn't want my child around somebody who's a sexual predator just because they have a video and they're up there talking. You think they're great. You don't know anything about them.
True.
Second of all, if these kids / adults could get together that fast, that tells me that, one, there really are no issues in the home, that you are able to get together that fast and meet at a centralized location. Excuse me. The other thing it showed me was that these kids' family members must have a lot of money in their savings account. And I'm going to explain to you why, Martin. And this is something that other people have not touched upon, okay? When you have car insurance or personal liability insurance, what people don't understand is when you are on videotape and you are identified as destroying property, or when health insurance is used for stabbings and gunshots, guess what? Insurance companies do not pay for that. There's something called subrogation in the state of Illinois. And as someone who was in a car accident, health insurance companies tell you that they don't pay for stabbings, they don't pay for shootings, they don't pay for suicides, they don't pay for beatings. That ultimately falls on the person who was stabbed, shot, beaten, whatever the case is. So those parents are going to be held liable, financially liable for the damage their children did, okay? If they can gather that fast, Martin, they can gather that fast to apply for all of these places that are looking for employees. I tell people all the time that jobs, Jewel, Aldi is hiring. They're great. They work with high school people. And yes, background checks aren't free. I know that. I've gone through a series of them. That is correct. You're right. They're not free. But there's no one who's going to work with my child just because they run a platform and say, what can we do for our youth? When someone says, I want to help the youth of Chicago, and I do too, I don't expect someone to say, hi, what's your background? You have an MBA? You work in a consulting field? Great, you're a perfect fit. You don't know that person. You don't know that person if they've been in jail or if they've had a sexual predator in their lives or whatever the case is. If people are sitting up there and they have time for bat at eyelashes, getting their nails done, getting their braids done, then they know that they can sit together and do things productive. This type of behavior is not needed. This is called, I want to do what I want to do because I know there's no repercussions from the city of Chicago. If I have family members that have fought for this country overseas and have fought people who have been in sandals and scarves, if you need to bring in the National Guard because we have people who want to act like they want to act, okay, and they want to claim that they don't have anybody to look up to in their family, be the change that needs to happen in your own family. Only you can do that. We all have a story to tell. We all have our own background. But does that mean we go downstairs or go downtown destroying property and then the financial responsibilities come back on us? And I'm dealing with that right now. Someone hit me and they have no car insurance. And guess what? I'm fully insured. So my insurance company has to carry me on a certain level. And then guess what happens? That person is going to be financially responsible for certain aspects. And people do not realize that. Kids do not realize that. Twerking and juking, I hope all of these colleges are out here looking at this. These people who are spending $200 and $300 on suits for their sons or $5,000 on a dress that their daughter would never wear again for prom. What are you doing to be productive in your own flesh and blood life? Going out, drinking, getting drunk, getting high every night, that's not funny. Be an adult. Be an example. If you didn't have it in your life, be the change that that child needs to see.
Okay. Okay. Hold
Yes,
on.
Monique.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
Monique McCoy. It's Renee Jackson.
Oh, okay.
And that's all I wanted to say, Martin.
Okay.
And again, I
Thank
want to
you.
make that very clear. People who are having platforms where they're saying, what can we do for the teenagers and the semi-adults who are down there and having their $70,000 cars destroyed, knowing that that would have been destroyed anyway? We do need background checks. Just because someone is standing there with a video saying, hi, I'm live on the scene at such and such, or hi, we were at this luncheon for X, Y, and Z. You don't know those people. That's just like a job. When you go in for a job and you're a cashier, of course they're going to do a check because they want to make sure they're not hiring somebody who stole from
Correct.
a bank coming in to be a cashier
Correct.
at a Jewel.
Correct.
And I said it before, Martin, on your platform before. Jewel is hiring all the time. They pay every week. They are flexible with schedules. McDonald's does the same thing. McDonald's even gives their employees the options to buy stock within the company. And if you follow the stock market, you will see their stock prices are through the roof.
Renee, let me just say
People
something.
need to start reading and being held accountable for themselves.
Let me say something about that now. Those jobs that you named are good for young people, 16, 17, 18, 19. But if you have a family, those jobs is not really suit unless you're in the management and Jules and stuff like, or you're management in McDonald's. But I want our people not just have a thriving wage, but they need a surviving wage. Some of these jobs are not suit for living in Chicago. You just can't. I mean, rent is so sky high now. So I understand what you're saying.
Yes.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
Here's the thing. Why aren't they reaching out to community colleges that say what classes or what trades? You don't have to have a degree. I work with people all the time who have PhDs, MBAs, and I tell them all the time, I don't see it. Get in a trade. Trades are out there to pay. They start paying $40 and $50 an hour with full benefits. Why aren't people looking at the trades? Just because you have a degree doesn't mean you're a better employee.
Mm-hmm. Preach.
Go in there and be a union carpenter. Go into HVAC. There are pages online that talk about HVAC classes for free. Go get a CDL license. You don't have to be cross-country truck drivers. You can be local and still pull in $100K a year. When are we going to stop saying where the job when we're not even looking for the job?
Mm-hmm.
You can't give a job to everybody just because you have a platform now, Martin. At what point are people going to say, I need to be productive and look for a job?
Mm-hmm.
We have said it countless times. Look at the trades. Look at being a pipe fitter. Look at being a union carpenter. Are you good with your hands? Look at all these people stomping on the cars. What go into and look to see what type of trades you can do by being a carpenter. They need carpenters when you're laying down things. They need you to kick things. We saw people kicking things. Look into that. And if you don't want to go into the trade, join the National Guard. Join the military. You'll get the discipline that you need if you can't get it at home. That I can assure you is somebody who has a huge military presence in their family.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Renee, she always hit a home run. Renee, you always hit a home run.
No, Mark, it's always the truth, though.
Yeah.
When are we going to stop saying there are no jobs out there? Are you looking for a job?
Mm-hmm.
Look at the trades. Go to the city colleges. Ask for help. Because let me tell you something. If everybody could get together at 31st Street, or everybody could get together at Millennium Park, or those who did, not everybody, excuse me, then you know what? They can all get online and look up what the trades are.
Okay.
That's what they can do.
All right.
We can't do it all. We can only sit here and give our opinion. But somebody who is going to 31st Street Beach, knowing that there's going to be a trend, or knowing that there's going to be issues like there were last year with a $70,000 car, I have to question their thought process on that. Why would you go there anyway? When you know you were part of a trend, and we know whatever it is that they called it, what happened the last time? And I'm not saying that all police officers are great, or all police officers are this. All of these people who were talking about defund the police, who were saying that they have yet to come up with a solid platform that says, if we did this, this is the outcome for that. Because they'll be the first people to say, gee, it took the police forever to get here. Well, yeah, when they're dealing with 15 murders, what do you expect? Use common sense. Start researching instead of trends. Start researching how you can find a job. Start researching how you can do a trade. If you don't want to join the military full time, join the National Guard.
Mm-hmm.
All this running, that shows me they can pass part of the fitness test in the military.
Okay. All right, Renee. I got another one behind you.
And that's all, Martin.
Okay.
As a community,
Mm-hmm.
we have to say we're not the resolution for everything. At some point, they have to look within themselves and say, okay, if my mom and dad were like this, and I have friends who were like that, you know what? This doesn't look right that mom and dad are strung out every day. How can I get help? Right? How can I make the difference? And again, I want to make this very clear to your callers, and I hope they go back and tell this to their friends. When you are watching other pages or people who are out on site and they say, how do we help our youth? We need to do this. We need to do that. What I have yet to hear from any of the multiple places that I've heard say that is, when you come in, we're going to have a meeting. When you come in, one of the forms you're going to be filling out is a background check. And trust me, if there's a will, there's a way to get background checks to be picked up by a company, okay? And then you weed out those who have been child predators. Because one thing you don't want is you don't want a child who's saying, I need help, to be put together with a child predator. Then these platforms have been null and void because they did something that they should not have been doing.
Correct. Now, I will say this.
But I want to thank you again for allowing me to speak
Renee,
to you,
thank you.
And the rest of your and the rest of the Martin crew. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Miss Renee. All right. I think I got Dr. Sanders on here, 4703.
Okay, thank you. Have a great evening.
All right. Thank you, Renee.
Bye-bye.
All right. Doctor.
Hey, good evening. How are you?
All right, good.
I saw what you were saying, that you need volunteers. This is what I've heard you all say earlier today. There are some parents that do teach their children. At the age of 12, teenage, they're preteens, they're accountable for what they learn at home. When they walk out the door of your house, they are totally different people. There are some that are like that, and there are some that are not like that. If a child decides at that age to make a decision to go and terrorize after listening to their parents, you can't destroy parents. Their child has to be represented. A wayward child would not live long their days. If they choose to disobey, then they're going to have to learn consequences. Now, if any of those drivers that they were, and I saw the video, and I'm going to be honest with you, if a driver is pulling up downtown and you jump on my car, I'm subject to shooting because I don't know why you're on my vehicle that I have to pay my for. I'm not going to destroy my livelihood because you want to be foolish. There are some parents that don't know because some of the children, and I do know from working with CPS, they buy burner phones when their phones are collected at school. The $5,000 phones the parent buy, the schools tell them they can't use it. The kids will go to the store, take their little allowance, and they'll buy phones because they got to be on social media. That's an addiction that they have. Some parents do teach them, but the children still want to disrespect what the parents say. So when the law steps in, then there's an issue. None of those teenagers had no business downtown jumping on both cars. If you're going to go downtown and shop, go to the movie, go to Block 37, or take a tour on the boat, or Navy Pier, you go down there and you act like you got some sense. But if you get with other young people that you feel, well, if I'm going to be a monkey like everybody else, you're going to have a problem. Because all the good parents that do teach, you can't make them accountable for what other people do. You can't do that. If you're going to have the volunteers to go, protect those volunteers. These kids know how to have access to weapons. And no volunteer should walk nowhere without protecting themselves. Because they don't know what these kids got in their pockets. If they are that bold enough to go downtown and terrorize a city and put their own city on the map, that lets you know. There are a lot of them that don't know. Yes, you do have some parents that are too young to understand common sense. There were some parents that are just plain old goofy. And they just want to be with their kids. They want to be their kids' friends. But there are some good parents that teach. But when they get to the age of accountability and they choose to act out, you can't kill the parent. Oh, I'm going to kill you because your child is wrong. No. You can't do that. You can't do that because they do teach. They do teach. But when they decide to rebel, you can't say they were wrong because you're not in their house. And some parents I've known in court, I've heard the judges say, I've known your parents to be good people, but you still want to be hard-headed. So guess what? I'm going to teach you what juvenile hall is about. You got a lot of kids that want to rebel. And the parents have done their job the best, and they still try to do. So while you're putting this together for those who want to be on this, protect the volunteers, because they're human too. Because if any of the volunteers get killed, who else is going to be there? They have lives too, and they have grandchildren, and they have children. My grandchildren are not old enough to go act no fool. But my children do know that my oldest is 12. She don't live in the city. He's a student. The rest of them are in school. So young people, you want to go have fun. And that's a nice thing. But terrorizing your city, disrespecting people in their vehicles, and you're jumping on their cars, if a driver is carrying a weapon, they have every right to defend themselves. Now, guess what's open, Martin?
Go
Back
ahead.
to school matters.
Who?
That's for 14 years old. After school matters.
Oh, okay.
It's a job program. And it's free. And you can pick any job throughout the city to apply right now. My son Daniel did it. And he worked construction with his father and with another company. But Daniel was always an after school matters. He got that little $700, $800 for the year, for the summer. He got that. Miss Staples was his boss and highly recommend Daniel for everything. But Daniel was never running around the street because he was never allowed to be out there like that. So there are some parents that aren't teaching. I saw your comments and I saw everybody, oh, the parents are bad. Wait, stop. So what you're saying that all parents are bad, we're going to put all of y'all. Don't do that if you get sued. You don't want no lawsuit to blind on somebody to do the job. So those volunteers, protect those volunteers because they have lives too. And they want to go back home. If you want to put together a concert, Martin, along with all these other activists, then why don't you all come together, pick out the biggest venue, meet church, put out there, go to his church, put on a concert, whether it's gospel, whether it's rap, and bring those kids there and have a meeting with them interchangeably with music and see what's going on. Survey what's happening to know what's going on. This is reality. But all parents are not bad parents. Because you throw me in that box, I'm going to fight you for real. Because I know I've done what I could do with mine, and mine are grown. And I've never had to go through that with them in their younger years. But protect those volunteers. Because if these kids go back down there, and if Chicago shut down the event for the summer, it wasn't the adults that did it. You got the Gospel Fest coming, you got the Taste of Chicago coming. I don't even know about no Lollapalooza because I don't care about that crap. But if Chicago shut down the fest, that won't be up on the adults. That would be up on what cannot be done. So I hope the young people that was terrorizing downtown, I hope you understand what you're doing. You're setting a bad tone for your city. You're setting a bad tone for yourself. And then it reflects, and people can accuse your parents, the ones that are good, and that's not fair. Okay?
All right. Thank you, Doc. Okay. 6112. I know he didn't say nothing. 6112. I think that's Reb. $6112. Is he going? Okay, I'm gonna let Marcus, then I'll let Erica go. Marcus, go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, Marcus.
Yeah, basically, I heard somebody mention something about the National Guard. We don't need to bring in the National Guard. The National Guard would be ruthless. Not only, that's not that big of a problem to call out the National Guard. the National Guard needs to be the community as far as these kids. We see that in the classroom. We see that on the street. The National Guard needs to be their parents. Their parents really need to step up and teach their kids to respect authority and to report when they are mistreated by the teacher. And the parents need to listen to their kids, because you got some parents that don't listen to their kids when they come home and say there's a problem at school with the teacher. The parent side with the teacher, because they know their kid. But even the bad ones, even the ones that's troublemakers, you need to listen to them when they're telling you something. And they need to listen to us. The only way this is going to stop is if both sides sit down at the table and come to a solution. Because I hear a lot of people call in and they say they got the solution, but there is no one solution to this problem. There are several solutions, and we all need to come together collectively and put this big puzzle together so that we can save our future. By all means, you don't want the National Guard on the streets, because their job is to restore order, and they're not protecting us. They're not protecting the Black community. They're protecting the interests of the rich. They work for the rich. They don't work for us. And they tell us to go enlist in the army and fight for the country. We're not fighting for our freedom. We're fighting for the 1% interest. We're fighting for capitalism. And capitalism caused this problem. And I'm not too sure about communism. But we, the people, are the government, not these politicians. We can't expect these politicians and activists to solve our problems. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Black people don't need a leader. We are our own leader. We can come together as a group and make it rain like hell on our enemies. Just like the clouds come together in the sky to make it rain. We can make it rain like hell and wash away the problems that we're faced with if we come together like those clouds.
Okay. I think I got two more people. I'm gonna get Erica. And I think I got one more person on here too after that. Go ahead, Erica. Erica, you there? Erica, you there? Okay, I'm gonna skip Erica. I'm going.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, you better come on now, because I'm
here.
Okay. All right. Whatever you want to say, whatever you want to say. Finish off what you last talked. I don't care. We get ready to end it anyway. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I just, wanted to say that we obviously have a lot of work to do in our communities, and I was reading some of the comments. And if anybody got a problem with me speaking on this show, y'all just heard Dr. Sanders speak on Lang. Y'all just heard Miss Renee speak on Lang. So if you got a personal problem with me speaking, that's your problem, period. Because at the end of the day, I'm here to bring a perspective based on political education, doing the research, doing the learning that can help our people get free. So if you want me to get to the point quicker, let me get to the point quicker. We need to get educated, y'all. We need to get politically educated. We are steeped in white supremacy. We are steeped in freaking capitalism. We are steeped in everything that enslaved our Black bodies and our ancestors on this land. And we got to unlearn it. It's a process. You don't have to be white to be indoctrinated by white supremacy. You just got to be living in the United States of America. So when I bring the things that I bring to this show, I bring it for a reason, because we have an unlearning to do that dictates the way we see the world, y'all, the way we see our children, the way we see Black bodies who misbehave versus the white bodies who are just behaving like what Martin showed what happened in Lollapalooza. Why, when we saw those white kids jumping fences, acting unruly, wasn't the first thing in our mind animals and dehumanizing thoughts and shoot them on sight? That don't even cross our minds when we see white kids doing that stuff.
Uh-oh.
But when we see black kids doing that stuff, it's all of a sudden shoot them down, exterminate them, whoop their ass. It's all violence, violence, violence. The same violence that Massa did to us. Y'all got to understand, as black people, we first learned how to deal with our own people from freaking Massa. And it's time to unlearn it. And I will continue to speak on that on this show. I will continue to speak up on this show. And if y'all want me to get to the point quicker, then I will. Because F y'all that don't want to get it, never wanted to get it, never wanted to be free. Because just like Harriet Tubman, I'm saying it's either freedom or die. So that's it. And that's all I got to say, Mark.
Woo! Look at Erica, girl. Somebody hit that button, didn't he? I know I hit it tonight too. So, you know, I love you, Erica. You know that. You definitely know that. Look at Erica. Erica came out, spoke with some authority, boy. If y'all don't want to hear me, boy, I do be wanting Erica to get to the point, though. I ain't gonna lie, though. But that's my girl. She say what she want. She says she feel. All right, let's see who else I got on here. All right, 6112. Come on, I think that's Rev the Barber. He just probably on here listening. Rev. Okay. Okay, 1910. I'll let 1910 say something. Come on. That'll be it, people. I've been on here 3 hours and 21 minutes.
1910.
Come on, baby. Thank you for being so patient.
Okay.
Thank you, okay? Because I know you heading out, but you know.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, go ahead.
I like.
Okay.
Absolutely. I like to say to Erica, Erica's absolutely right about unlearning things, you know, the way that we're programmed, because again, like I live in Naperville, and some of the folks that come and visit me, you know, they'll say, oh, wow, they keep these streets clean out here. They don't do that out there where we live at. Ain't no street sweepers coming out here. People just not littering out here. It's just that, you know, we got to unlearn, you know, the mannerisms of just throwing crap out the window, you know, and pissing on trees. And, you know, we don't see no problem with littering, you know, and they think that folks are out here cleaning these streets. No, people not cleaning these streets. They not throwing shit down. You don't see dog crap because people picking up their dog crap. You know, they not just letting dogs poop all over everywhere, you know. And then another thing with the doctor, when the doctor said something about a 12-year-old child, you know, you can't blame the parent for it. Yes, you can. Who else you gonna blame for a 12-year-old unruly child unless the child is bipolar and have some kind of mental disorder? If he just bad and hard-headed or rebellious, it's the parent problem. I think about the time when I was rebellious as a 13-year-old, people looking like, okay, she got a nice house. You know, my parents kept us in a nice house, living in Peel Hill, nice clothes, you know, had a whole lot more than a whole lot of people had. But you looking at it from a surface level. You don't know what else was going on in that house that made me rebel. And my parents wasn't doing anything, but it could be the fact that they worked so much that you didn't pay attention to me. So you got to stop sometimes with that busy job that you got and sit down and say, well, how was your day today, child? You know, what kind of problems did you run into today? You know, you think just putting food on the table and clothes on the back and a roof over the head is enough for a child. Is not.
Mm-hmm.
You got to spend time with a child. You got to talk with a child. You got to get to know a child. You know, you're not getting to know your kids just because you're taking good care of them and got a roof over their head and you send them to good schools. You don't know what they went through today at school. Did you ask them? Did you ask him what the teacher said to him today? I had a teacher tell my child, the police gonna know your name by the time you 18 years old. Well, right now today, that teacher is a big fan of my child. But you was wrong about what you said to the kid. So I'm just saying, for real, if a child is 12 years old and rebelling and they ain't got no mental issues, yes, you can blame the parent. It's something the parents is they're not reaching the child. And again, Martin, I appreciate your platform, and I understand this division when it comes down to the brother Joseph trying to have a show I'm trying to have a thing the same time that you have a thing. That's division, and that's just not something that we want to do. I went through that stuff on the south side of Chicago, trying to tear down, trying to beat these security guards. You probably heard about them. I even made the newspaper, A-Alert Security, out there beating our kids. I stood up to those men until I took them down, until I made the news. So it came in the newspaper. And I didn't stop. I wasn't afraid of your AR-15s or your dogs that you got biting on people, because I'm going to take you down because I got kids out here that you might kill. You got to stand up for, what you believe in, and just stop being little punks, Get out there and do some work and pay attention to your kids. That's the bottom line. These kids, it's the parents' fault. I don't care what you say. The kids ain't got no mental problems. It's the parents' fault. Parents got to stop thinking just because you got a nice house and nice clothes and nice food and nice shoes and got all of that stuff. I had a friend that had all of that and was being molested for 12 years, and she was my closest friend, and I didn't know it until just recently. So we watched the movie, and she was crying profusely, and I'm asking her, why are you crying so bad about this movie? And she broke down and finally told me. My closest friend didn't know she was being molested. Come from a nice family. Rebellious. But everybody like, why is she, because parents wasn't paying attention. Or either her mama was paying attention and was offering her up to that stepdaddy. That's what I think. I might be listening. I'm sorry, but hey,
what's going on?
It is what it is, Tell the truth and shame the devil, like you say. Tell the truth and shame the devil, like you say. And in my case, my parents just worked so much, They worked so much. They just worked so much. My mother never had a job. Never had a job. She always made her own businesses. So she was always into her own businesses, putting food on the table, all the time. But gone. So I felt like I wasn't neglected, and I did. And I blamed her for it. And it was her fault. And I was a teenage mother, and that was her fault too. Bottom line.
All right. Can I go now? All right, people. Y'all, listen. I just want to say something to my audience. I appreciate every last one of y'all. And y'all know, and those that really know me, you don't have to agree with everything I'm saying. People say I get mad. I'm human, but I'm not going to block you as long as you don't disrespect me, call me out my name. But what we don't need confusion, though. And that little incident happened over here tonight. I couldn't hold it, people. It was burning me up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not finna pretend like everything is all good. I'm not finna do that no more. I'm over that, people. I'm over that. You know what I'm saying? I'm for what's right. And if I can't do right by y'all people, I'm gonna shut this down. Period. If I can't do right by my sister, brother, I'm shutting it down. Ain't no need me playing no game with nobody's feelings, emotions. People out here don't have the right heart to do this type of work.
I didn't see where you pinned it for Sweet Holy Spirit tomorrow. I didn't see where you pinned the time.
It's on. It's 12 o'clock noon. 12 o'clock noon. Actually, we're going to start a little later than that, but I'm just telling people 12, give them time to get there. Sometimes we be on CP time, color people time,
black people time.
Yeah. So, and I appreciate you if you do come. If not, it's no problem. And listen, people. Like Marcus said earlier, don't no one person have all the solutions. And I know that. I know that. Trust me. I know about anything. When you're trying to get something started, the hard thing is getting started when you try to have a new idea. And that's all I want to do. Get the ball rolling. my partner, Early Walker, he put up a lot of money, to get the press conference and all that, and for the text number. I got that number too, but I might put it on my page when I get off. But it's amazing how people treat you when you've been good to them, And I listen, one thing about me, I don't treat people bad, And if I felt like I treat you bad, I'll make it right. That's how I am. But I'm just a man, people. I'm a man, and I stand as a man. I'm not no coward, none of that. I speak the truth. And if I love you, I'm going to tell you the truth. In love now. Now, you got some folks, they'll tell you about yourself when they get mad at you. But I'm the type of tell you about yourself when everything is all good with both of us. And I had to do that. And I felt like that was a disrespect to come on my platform anyway and to make your announcement.
It was.
Like I'm a chump or something. Like I don't know what you're doing. Like I'm a dumb. You're not smarter than me at all. Trust me. And I ain't in competition with no activists because ain't none of them doing what I'm doing. No way. I put real work in every day.
And you allow them to speak like a man.
And I allow them to speak like a man.
I love that about you.
I don't punk nobody out on this live. Unless you coming at me. I don't punk nobody out on this live. I had an incident the other day, brother, on here talking crazy. I said, brother, it's 12:30 at nighttime. Shouldn't you be laid up with a woman and you on here watching me talking crazy? That's what I told him. You ain't got nothing else better to do but come on this live and argue with me. You're not going to win. Not going to win. So I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for the support, for the love, the well wishes. And hey,
appreciate you too, Mark.
Listen, that's why I appreciate y'all. Let y'all come. And I tell you, ain't nobody doing what I'm doing. You can't call none of these platforms calling and talk like and talk and say whatever you want. And if you can, it's gonna be 30 seconds, and then they cut you off. Click, click, click.
Keep it going, Mark. Yeah, keep it going. Keep it going.
It's working for me. When I first started crime chasing, I was a bum. I was a cloud chaser. I was an ambulance chaser. I was doing selling dead. I was everything. Then when the white folks jumped on the bandwagon, I've been knowing Martin. I grew up with it. But no, I was all types of names. Now when the white folks validated me, that's when a lot of black folks started coming on board then. Some of my same critics.
Absolutely.
You can't make
it. I watch it.
Yeah. You can't make everybody happy. Hey, I'm human. I'm human too. I got family. I got people that love me. So it is what it is. I appreciate y'all. We'll be back again tomorrow, going strong. And y'all know one thing about me. I'm like a pit bull. When I lock on, I lock on. Don't let go. Y'all seen how I did the Brandon Johnson thing. I stayed on every day. I was tired. Listen, y'all, some of them nights, my head was hurting, but I stood the test. I said, I got to make sure I can push this brother to get in. To get a new look, the new outlook.
Martin, you're the reason why a lot of parents push their grandkids to go vote. You are the reason. And I want to tell you that you are the reason why a lot of folks push their grandkids and kids to go out and vote. You the reason.
Mm-hmm. And I help a lot of people.
In our community, you're the reason.
And I guarantee you, ain't too many people out there.
It's going to shine. Your light going to shine. It's shining now, but it's shine bright.
Listen, God is good to me, sister. I ain't want for nothing. You know what I'm saying? And when I close my eyes at night, listen, I ain't got no regrets. I ain't wrong nobody or none of that. And some of y'all, the way y'all carry on in this life, to call yourself representing people, how could y'all sleep at night the way y'all do these people? How could you sleep at nighttime? The way you do people, you have no heart, none, no integrity, people, none. I'm telling you. And I told y'all earlier today in this live.
And you know what, Martin? You know what is so, you know what's so bad when they were doing all of that, vote for Vallis.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know a lot of them didn't vote for Vallis either?
Mm-mm.
But they took that payout.
Mm-hmm.
But when they got to that poll, they took that payout. And they misled a whole lot of folks to vote for Vallis, but a lot of them didn't vote for him either. But they stood up there and said vote for him to get that little $10,000, $15,000, whatever they got. When they went to that poll, they didn't vote for Vallis.
Mm-hmm.
But they misled a lot of people just
Yeah.
for the money.
Yeah, and that's not cool. Sometimes now y'all know, listen, it was no matter money he could offer me. And I like money, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. No, I said I ain't doing this. Because I knew he was a fraud. You know what I'm saying? I knew it. I ain't playing.
Neither one of them my mayor. Ain't neither one of them my mayor. But I was on it.
Man, I was in a restaurant today and I seen a bunch of politicians. As soon as I see them, I did a 360, went 8 on the other side. I'm not sitting with y'all clowns because I know what y'all doing to the community. And one of them people that was on that list floating around, he was there. And I seen that. Said, oh, no, I ain't going over. I don't want to take no picture, nothing. Y'all gonna see a new me this year. I ain't playing with these people.
I didn't work for a few of them, Mark.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
I didn't work for a few of them. I know who they are.
Yeah.
I didn't work for a few. I ain't even let you know who I really am right now. But
it's okay.
We'll meet.
Okay. All right, people. I gotta go. Good night. I appreciate it. Thank you, Erica. You know I love you now, even though we be fighting each other sometimes, but I still love you. You know I still love you.
I like you too, Erica. Erica, I love you, Erica.
Yeah. And
thank you. I love you too.
Hey, Erica, you know I didn't know you from a can of paint. I didn't know you personally, but I allowed you to come on here and I put you up on the platform. And
you're the real deal,
right?
Martin.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm about, baby. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing else. I tell you, nothing else. I got folks as haters.
Erica, we could probably pull together as black women and do something together.
And it's good. Hey, Erica, now
absolutely.
Erica, tell the truth. I don't mean to brag.
Yeah.
Now, when I put that meet and greet together, didn't I tell you I want you to MC chair that? Didn't I?
You did, and you followed through.
I followed through.
Stayed in the background.
Yeah. And
you gave me that platform.
And listen.
And you did exactly what you said.
Exactly what I said. My word is my bond. And anybody that know me, I don't like to take the front of things. I'm more laid back. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. I do this for the young people. You know, I'm 54 years old. I might got another 10 or 15, 20 years on there. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But we got to push these young people, the ones that got it going on, and they got to carry it on to the next generation, people. I'm telling you. That's what it's all about, people. It's all about the young people. Listen, I want to
get on some of these platforms too.
Yeah.
Get on some of these young folks' platforms. I'm on all their platforms. All of them.
And I try to bring younger audiences to you as well, Martin.
It's good. And they listen,
like
Erica.
I tell my friends, I tell
Erica,
my people.
They be listening. Don't think they don't. They may not say nothing. I had them call in. They listen. And they know I'm the real deal, Holyfield. When I see them in the street, they take pictures with me. I was on Expressway, Dan Ryan Expressway one day, and it was 4 guys, and they didn't look too happy, but they kept blowing the horn, and I rolled the window down. I said, Lord, if I'm finna go right now, what's going on? They said, man, we watch you, man. Keep the good work up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's what it is. So, you know, hey, because I didn't know what to expect, you know?
Tell the truth, shame the devil.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect, you know? I said, I rolled the window down. So, hey, if you're going to shoot me, you're going to shoot me with the window down. Hey, you know, they appreciate what I'm doing, you know? I mean, and I know they was
like, and I might be a miniature version of it, y'all, because I'm, in my 30s or whatever, but I just want y'all to know who are older. When y'all hear my perspective, are older and you just want to completely dismiss it, I am basically your testing ground for these young kids out here.
Yes.
Because they got completely different perspectives. And so, like, if your first inclination is to tell me to shut up because you don't get what I'm saying, you're not ready. You're not ready. I'm a test.
She'll warrior.
I have a 27-year-old son that's got 239,000 subscribers on his platform.
Beautiful. Erica.
Young man.
I'm going to get Erica there. I'm going to post. I'm going to listen.
So because of it, I watch all of them. I know what they do.
I'm going to get Erica there, though, boy. Erica already a pistol already,
Martin,
boy.
you like a mentor, Martin.
Yeah. But
you like a mentor, Martin, for real. You got to keep
Martin lifted up in prayer.
Oh, you definitely got to keep me lifted, bro.
absolutely. We
Definitely
gotta
gotta keep.
Martin Luther
But listen, they know ain't no coward here, baby. Because just as much as they ready to kill, they better be ready to die. It can go either way, boy. I always say that, bro. I always say that. One thing about me.
But I can tell y'all, yes. I was just gonna say, Martin, my testimony, I can tell y'all, Martin truly, and this is a testimony from a younger woman, a millennial. Martin truly invests in the young people because he invested in me.
Mm-hmm.
He's never been inappropriate. He's always shows respect. He don't ever use his position to try to get something for himself. This is a man of integrity.
That's it.
And if y'all don't understand how rare that is out here, then y'all don't understand the gem that is before you. Because I've had so many.
That's why I gravitate to it, Erica, because I can see it, I can feel it, I can see the truth in the brother.
Exactly.
That's why I gravitate to it.
And
I don't gravitate to folks. I stay out to myself for real, because people can't take me either.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
People can't take me either. They don't like the truth. They can't handle the truth.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you.
That's right. That's right. And he saw me and he invested in me.
Mm-hmm.
He's real.
Didn't know you from a can of paint like that. I've seen, crossing, but, they never knew you.
Exactly.
But let me say this, too. One thing, I got a mentor that he's a radio announcer, been a broadcaster. And he told me one thing, if I don't remember nothing else he said, Martin, whatever you do, keep your integrity. Because once you lose it, you can't get it back. And boy, when he said that like stabbed me right in my heart. I said, this, bro, that's the best advice that he ever gave me as a young, nice looking man. Everything on me still work. He said, Martin, keep your integrity. Keep
Look
it.
at him, a nice. Look at him, young,
I'm
nice.
handsome.
You heard him throw
Y'all
that
know
in.
I look even better when you see me in person. I always tell the ladies that. I said, I do. I be like, don't I look better in person? They say, yeah, you do, Martin. I always do that. And once y'all get to know me.
I always like to tell you, Martin, I know you was a problem, Martin, when you was in your 20s.
Oh, I was a beast. I was a beast. I was a beast. Boy, if y'all had called me 10 and 15 years ago, I'd have been hitting everybody on Facebook. I'm telling you. I'm trying to get us justice, though. I ain't thinking about no skirts and all that stuff, Hey. And I ain't no fag, excuse me, but hey, it is what it is. We need justice. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God prepared you for such a time as this. God prepared you for such a time as this.
Oh, yeah.
He had to mature you. He had to get you where you needed to be, because where you are now in life, you are exactly who you need to be, where you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thank you as a younger person, for being so genuine. That's so rare out here. If only y'all knew. Especially as a young woman.
It is.
It's so rare. It's so rare, y'all. Y'all need to honor.
Listen, Erica, they don't know me. I'm going to tell y'all what happened to me one day. I'm going to tell y'all a little story. Now, at that time, I was in Inglewood, and I was helping this young lady out. She wanted the movement, and she was having problems because she didn't really know where to go. She was transitioning and all that. And so I said, well, you can stay at my house. And I said, you can sleep over there on that couch. She took a shower, came out, with a towel on, thought I was going to do. I ain't touch it, didn't look at her, went in the room. But I'm going to tell you how small the world is. It was a dude that she was talking to, right? And she had told him the story. I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? He said, man, she did tell me, man, you didn't try nothing. You was a gentleman and all that. Now, you know what? And that was good to know, just to hear that. Because the sister was in a vulnerable situation, I could have been said hey, you can't stay here unless you give me some of that. I didn't do it like that because she was at her weakest moment. She was at her low point, and I didn't take advantage. And I knew I could have done it, but I didn't do it. I tell you. So people, y'all got to let me go because y'all got me on testifying and all that. But listen, I just love people. That's all. I just love people, and I'm not perfect. I still got some things.
Real deal, Martin.
Yeah, but God working on me, people. He's working on me. He's working on me. Trust me. Somebody said, Mark, you've been saying you finna go for 2 hours. That's how them preachers do. And I'm finna close. And they go another 30 minutes. And
3 closings.
Yeah, 3 closings. All right, I gotta go. Good night. Good night, Monique. I love you. Even though we got into it tonight, but I love you, sister. Hey, listen, you ain't gonna find them no realer than me.
I love
Trust me. You ain't gonna find them no realer than me,
I'm
Monique
closing
McCoy.
now. I'm closing now.
Okay, I'm closing. You ain't gonna find them no realer than me. Trust me. And I don't stand next to everybody. I don't care if they call themselves an activist. Some of these activists need to be exposed. They are the devil. That's what they are. They need to be exposed. And they come across my path, I'm going to pull them. I'm going to pull the cover up off of them.
To their ass.
I'm telling you. They need to be exposed. Quit misleading these people. You know, quit misleading them. That's what the politicians doing. You know, they're out for themselves. Y'all know who they are. I ain't got to call their name out. Real talk. They know who they are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I got to go, y'all. Good night. I'm going for real now. Bye. Good night. Y'all already know what it is. You already know what it is.
Hey, good night,
live.
Wayne.
Good night. Uncut. Unedited.
Good night,
This is where we tell the truth. Good night. And shame the devil. I don't know about y'all, Erica, but I love